All right. So, with that, I think we can do a little bit of previously on Valor Academy. Last time on Valor Academy, we went headfirst into the second rounds. Suhaila had a conversation between rounds during an intermission period. Suhaila had a chance to chat with Sam about some of the Sam things. Just ways that Sam feels, and maybe got to know Sam a little bit better. It was just at around that point that Suhaila's mom showed up to congratulate her on winning her first fight 'em up, and then she received a call that forced her to head out and go back to work.
She chose to leave. She could have stayed.
Yeah.
She knows what side her bread is buttered on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so after that, Jace went to go talk to Roland, who, he got beat. He respects that, and he started maybe easing up a little bit. It's hard to say one way or the other whether that's authentic, but they had a quick chat. And speaking of parents showing up, Jace's dad shows up and has a
Yes.
quick little heart to heart with Jace. Not something they do very often, given their sort of they don't have a great relationship. But Jace's dad shows up and sort of exclaims, "Hey, I'm really proud of you for holding back against that kid who was just yelling at you like a jerk." And Roland's like, "Hey, still here."
You
Thanks.
could have given him the death he asked for.
Yeah. And so yeah, they had a little chat, and that was pretty good. Azumi went to go visit Hoshiko, and after a quick little conversation, it seems like Hoshiko is cool with Azumi doing what she had to do to win. Wasn't as cool with Azumi just wiping blood on her in an attempt to heal some of her wounds. That was, I believe, the first yikes of the session.
First of many.
First
Yeah.
of many.
And so Elpis went to go. Elpis was sort of unconscious, and so Kid wanted to go check on Elpis, who was just sort of waking up. She and Nalani went and had that conversation, and it seems like Elpis is okay. There's a lot that she doesn't really remember about the fight, and Doulaha showed up shortly after saying, "Hey, yeah, I don't really remember the fight too well either. You were outed as trying to rig your fight, so
yeah.
yeah,
Good times.
yeah."
This
And
weekend
so,
Elvis can't lie to save her life.
yeah.
I don't really remember the fight too well either, but I do remember the hell into which I will thrust you.
Classic Elpis.
And so it was confirmed that Elpis will unfortunately be receiving a failing grade on the midterm, because
Fair.
he tried to throw the fight. One might ask, hey, didn't Doulaha try to throw the fight too? Well, during her second round, she proved that, hey, I'm apparently super willing to fight. Doulaha went up against Nalani in the second round, and pretty much creamed her, like uncharacteristically so. A lot of members of her team were kind of like, oh, is that what we're doing? All right, wow. And yeah, it was a little odd.
Team again?
Her team is Gacha, Roland, Nalani, and Hoshiko. Yeah, and
Okay.
so members of that team are probably a little confused as to what went down. Excuse me, I've got a little burp. Anyway, so the second round for Kid and Kaushimar. Sorry, I've got like this weird whatever in my throat or in my stomach. Anyway,
I believe in you.
Yeah. Kid versus Kaushimar went off without a hitch. Everything was very normal and not bad. Just kidding. And so Kaushimar sort of created a large nightmare storm of all of the weird dreams he's eaten over the past few months. And it caused Kid to be kind of like pulled apart. When Kid pulled themselves back together, he was a little different. Hard to say exactly how, but Kid was definitely aggressive enough to get Kaushimar to cede in the giving up sense. And so Kid went on to the second round after walloping Kaushimar something fierce. The next round was Suhaila versus Ethan. Suhaila versus Ethan went off with minimal broken bones and a slight pained, crying fever dream of a confession. Yeah, and so
I didn't say it at the time. That scene was fucking beautifully acted, you two. That was great. Like, good work.
Wait, Ethan confessed to Suhaila?
No, not. Oh, you didn't go back and watch, did you?
I watched half of it. I didn't get to that part yet.
No. Okay, so it wasn't like a confession of like, "Hey, I like you." It was a confession of, "Hey, my dad's a psychopath who cloned himself, and that's me." And so
I already knew about that.
Yeah, and so everybody in the cafeteria and that's another thing that happened a lot. I mistook the word gymnasium for cafeteria multiple times. Everybody in the gym just sort of slowly turned towards Imitar, who was just kind of like, I gotta go. And so, yeah, he skidooed, and is probably currently being talked to about the illegality of cloning yourself when you have superpowers. And, just kind of in general, it's not a great thing.
Not something you should really be doing.
Yeah, kind of unethical. And so, after that, we had Jace versus Azumi. Neither of them wanted to fight each other at all. It was a very, very emotional sort of confrontation between the crowd being bummed that the two nukes that they have stored in Miss Loftus's class won't fight each other, and they're both just sort of like dealing with the emotions of having to face
beat up their best friend.
How dare they not fight for our amusement?
Yeah,
Says Ice Brand.
Yeah, he's just throwing up his gambling tickets in the air, like, man, fuck this. No. And so after some attempts to get the fight going, it never hits like a full peak. There's some damage done to the gym, but a lot more damage done to our hearts as the two just sort of cried and embraced each other before Jace surrendered. And so that means that our final round, or our semifinal rounds, are looking like it's going to be Kid versus Suhaila and Azumi versus Doulaha. And so yeah. In the meantime, between the multitudes of chaos that went on in the second round, it was decided to call for another intermission. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now, and so everybody's trying to figure out, like, okay, one, we got to talk about this stuff. We got to handle this stuff. People are getting injured left and right.
Imitar.
Yeah, everything is sort of like hectic, and it was requested that any of the students who are still participating in their midterms be held in the locker room so that they can get ready for their next match, which means that Jace and Elpis are free to wander the halls for a little bit. What do we want to? Who wants to go first?
I would like to go second because I think the dramatic timing will be better.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Stays OBS being dumb.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. I'm gonna fix it right now.
Coolio. And so
it didn't fucking
Jace.
fix. I hate this stupid piece of shit.
Uh-oh. OBS is bad.
Is it still streaming?
We're streaming. It's just I
Okay.
can't get the Discord icons to show up, and I'm mad.
Okay.
No, okay. All right. Well, we'll keep going while you work on that.
You guys
and
just work on that.
Yep. So, Jace, you find yourself out in the halls, sort of strangely freed. You feel a little better after having, taken yourself out of the tournament, because like it's just a stressful thing, and it's been real rough on you emotionally. And so now that it's behind you, how are you feeling?
I mean, way lighter now that he's just like free of the tournament entirely. But like, kind of weird and still kind of bad. I see you.
I'm sorry, I just got excited. I just saw her.
Hi, Rama. He's like kind of weird, still kind of bad, but better than before. So, things are evening out. His dad's proud of him. He had to fight Izumi. He's free. He no longer... The rest of the tournament isn't his problem. So it's like, all right, I guess this could have gone way worse than it actually did, but he still doesn't really want to be a part of it anymore.
When you got to clear a condition, which condition did you clear?
When I got... Let's find out, because I don't remember. Boop, boop.
Valid.
Let's take a look.
Clear the valid condition.
Oh, the answer is I didn't. So I'm actually going to clear either afraid or insecure. I'm going to clear afraid. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Since he did the thing that he was afraid of the most, which was fighting Izumi and having that go actually horribly awry. Didn't happen, so now he's free of that. He's done. He doesn't have to do that anymore.
Outstanding. You're hanging out in the hallway. It's another intermission. A lot of people going to the restroom. A lot of people just sort of, loitering about the halls, as people are wont to do. The world is your oyster in terms of what you're interested in going about.
Well, let's see. The last thing that happened was Jace gave up the fight and left the ring. And now he wants to remove himself. Hi, Ethan. I know. Roma. And now he logically wants to escape from literally anyone who would want to address the fight he just had. Like, he doesn't want to talk to anyone. He wants to avoid them. He doesn't want anyone to talk to him or ask him questions. So he's going to run off to the bathroom and probably fix his makeup. Because that's probably a hot mess right now. He's gone 2 fights and do anything about it. Got punched in the face with a metal fist.
Yeah.
Sure did. Oh, we have bathrooms now?
Do we have bathrooms?
I have this
mother
bathroom.
of fuck, we have a bathroom.
Yeah. And so you make your way to the bathroom. You take care of whatever business you have to do, and you Oh, that's a trash can. Oh no, the door should be on front. Damn it.
Slightly disappointed that the handicap stall does not appear to be anti-gravity based.
Voidling hasn't gotten to it yet.
All right. Oh, that doesn't.
I like
look
to
better,
think
but it is.
Voidling just makes random and unconsulted additions to the school as he sees fit.
Yeah.
Seems like something he'd do.
And so you have a moment to yourself. You sort of you get to come in and just sort of like breathe easy. It looks like nobody is currently in here. If they are, they're in one of the stalls where you can't see them. And so you get to do Austin's favorite activity of therapy pace in the bathroom while you're at a place that you don't want to be.
I mean, that's something. Okay, we're done. We're over. Nobody died. He like touches his cheek where there's probably a big bruise from the Roland fight that he just like has been too amped up to address at all. He's just like, man.
Yeah, now that your like adrenaline has gone down a little bit and you're sort of like you're finally feeling the exhaustion of having to go through those fights and like the soreness that comes with being punched in the face.
Yeah, and fire! He had fire thrown at him. Most of his damage came from fighting Roland, but he was way too amped up on, like, I have to fucking fight Azumi, that he just didn't even take any time to notice or address any of that.
Yeah, and so, yeah, you rush up to the mirror, and you're just sort of, like, applying makeup for a second, and you're doing your thing, you're applying your makeup, and It's not long before you notice that the Jace in the mirror does not match your actions. It's moving as well. It's moving as well, and it's doing essentially the same thing that you are doing, to one extent or another. But you are like, this is not fitting. It's like almost like a whole second behind you, and once you look at the mirror, it sort of like looks at you.
Yeah, it probably takes him a second to notice that, as he was just like frantic, like applying makeup out of sheer escapism. Like, just like, if I put enough makeup on my face, I'll just the rest of everything will go away. Like, maybe that'll stop. And then after a while, he kind of picks up on it. Like when you're watching a movie online and you start to like slowly notice that, like, wait a minute, I don't think the sound is synced up to the audio. Like, that kind of happens.
Yep.
And he slows down and eventually just stops to examine the mirror itself. Like, wait a minute, something's not right.
I'd like to ask real quick, is anyone hearing the music?
Yeah.
I am.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not for some reason. So let me... I was hearing the music when it was playing a hallway theme, but when I changed the song, now I can't hear it. Oh well, if you guys can hear it, that's good enough. And so,
by the way,
He's probably encountered, like, he's probably had the same feeling before, because he's had, like, earlier, like, days ago, he probably forgot now, he had, like, a very similar experience that he didn't address, and it's probably been happening for a while, but he's just never addressed it.
And so, the thing, the Jace in the mirror, is counting on you to change his ways, and he looks, it sort of looks at you for a second and begins opening his mouth very, very wide, and inside there is like a huge, like, there's this green glow that is coming out of the mouth. And sort of glowing out from the eyes afterwards, and then the ears, and sort of like it opens up, and then like the moment you sort of blink to reconstitute yourself, you look back at it, and it's just doing what you're doing again.
He, like, for a second, like very slowly, with whatever makeup he has still in his hand, very slowly reaches out to, like, touch the mirror.
Yep. The you in the mirror also reaches out to touch the mirror, just as you're doing, with no weird time delay or anything like that. At that point, let's see here. There is, let's see. Whoop. Oh, hey, Jace.
Oh. Hey, Mr. Jugo.
Well, you good show out there, Jace. I just wanted to. Well, hold on, one sec. Nature's calling. Rushes over. Anyway, Jace, I just wanted to thank you for. I just wanted to thank you for you know for not going all out on little Zuzu. You both did so good, and I could just say, you know, we're just so proud of you kids.
Jace is kind of like, okay, so we're doing this, we're having bathroom talk, that's fine. And he hauls himself up to sit on this, but it's still, like, kind of keeping an eye on the mirror, like, I'm watching that. That was weird, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, we didn't really want to fight to begin with, but...
Oh, yeah. You could see it just as clear as day. You know, right as you're walking up, we from all of us from the facility, man, there wasn't a dry eye on our stall. And then he, as he says stall, he flushes, and like, but you did really good, Jace, and I just want to say that, you know, there isn't one of us who isn't proud of you, and how far you've come since you started coming to the school.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't really want to be here at first, but, you know, I guess it's turning out better than I thought it would.
Yeah, you can't spend all your time in magical dungeons and faraway realms. It'll make you a little crazy. Sometimes you just need something grounding, something simple like school, especially for teenagers.
Yeah, he, like, kind of glances back at the mirror again. He's like, I'll keep that in mind.
He comes over. All right, let me go ahead and just, excuse me there, buddy. Let me just get some soap and wash my hands. Oh boy, looks like that blue kid decked you pretty hard there, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got metal fists.
Yeah, yep. Well, for what it's worth, he leans in, he was being a real asshole, and I'm glad you beat him.
Yeah.
Don't tell your dad I said that.
I won't.
And don't tell Zuzu either. Last thing I need for her to hear is her picking up sailor talk from her old man.
Oh yeah, no, of course we wouldn't want that.
Oh my god.
All right, well, you all you have a good day, Jace. You earned it.
You too. Enjoy the rest of the tournament, Mr. Jugo.
I hope Azumi wins.
Jace is like, okay, well, there we go. Azumi's dad is always a fun time. And he kind of like slides down and turns back around and looks at the. He stares really hard into the mirror and then slowly his eyes drift down to the artifact. Cause I don't know. He's not sure. He's not sure what to do with any of that. Like, it feels like it's weird, but at the same time, there's something else in the back of his head that's like, nope, that's fine. That's totally fine. Don't even worry about it. It's like, not...
Yeah. The you in the mirror, again, once Azumi's dad leaves, the you in the mirror is sort of like you're looking down at your artifact, and as you look back up, the you in the mirror is looking down at your artifact.
Is this you?
The you sort of like slowly looks up as if it's sort of like it's not very used to having a human anatomy, and it just sort of looks up and gives you a sort of small smile, and it gives you just this little smile and a very jerky sort of nod.
Oh, okay, so you're alive. I mean,
it
can
starts
see.
to reach out.
Oh.
It reaches out. It reaches out from the mirror and looks. It just sort of like the arms reaching out for you, somewhat threateningly.
Okay, nope. Let's not.
And it pulls back as you do.
What? He's like squinting at it. He's squinting at it now. He's assessed that it can, to some degree, leave the mirror, and he's not sure if that's physically true or just in his head, and he's not super sure. He wants to figure it out. He is going to pierce the mask.
Okay.
He's gonna try to study whatever he's looking at right now.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't close the thing like an idiot. What was that? Pierce the mask is... Oh, no, I forgot. That's fine. Let's do a bad. Let's have a miss.
Yeah. So,
Where am I?
go ahead and ask me a question anyway.
I guess we're gonna go back to a while ago when he was trying to figure out, well, now, because he was trying to figure out earlier, because it looks around. He knows it looks around. He's seen it look around on its own in his chest, but he can't see through it. So he's figured that there might be something sentient behind it, but he wasn't super sure until now. And if there is something sentient at all behind it, he wants to know what it wants.
Okay. And you sort of you whether consciously or subconsciously ask what it wants, and it looks puzzled for a second before it just stops, smiles a very wide smile, like an open mouth smile. And it sort of like lifts its hand up and points at you as the image in the mirror begins to distort, almost like a little matrixy sort of, like if you punch a TV screen too hard, it starts flashing a bunch. and then it like comes back into focus. And when it comes back into focus, it's back to normal. You hear a slight humming, not a musical humming, but more like like you just heard a bomb go off, and now your ears are ringing. You have that ear ringing sort of feeling in your head as it disappears and just goes back to normal.
He kind of winces a little bit at the, like, vague amount of pressure.
What would you like to do?
He stares into the mirror a little bit longer, and when, I guess, nothing more happens, because it's...
Yeah, it seems like it's done, but you gleaned a bit of information. You know that this thing is sentient, and apparently it wants you? Which is weird, because, like, it's already in you.
Yeah.
One way or the other. And so, how does Jace feel about this this sort of, like, weird... how does Jace feel about this weirdness?
Definitely a very surreal thing has happened to him. He's probably not, for whatever reason, not as upset about it as he should be. He's just kind of like, I've gained no information. I still don't know what you want from me.
Okay. And is there anyone who Jace would feel comfortable talking about this with?
Hold on, I'm running through the potential people.
Yeah, no problem.
Of course, Benny.
Oh, yes, of course, Benny.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
It's Benny. It's okay if your answer is nobody.
I think the answer is nobody, because at this point, like, yeah, sure, that was a super weird thing, but, like, he doesn't trust Merritt to not
be like, we should study this.
Yeah, to not immediately be like, oops, time to throw Jason a lab, time to put him in a containment, because that's weird. He doesn't really have anyone at school who's like, you know, this is the thing they would do. They would be dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah. If so, like, what I'm sort of getting out of this is that Jace is probably feeling a little isolated. Like, there's nobody else who could who understands what this specific thing I'm dealing with is, and so it's unlikely that I could find someone to help me figure it out or deal with it. And that's, like, kind of rough. It's not a great feeling. And certainly nobody that you'd have access to at this moment.
No.
With Azumi being, like, sort of back up in the with Azumi being back up in the locker room at the moment.
Yeah, Azumi's in the locker room, and the only other person, if he didn't, like, not trust any of them, would be Whisper, but I don't think he'd, because, like, Whisper is number one, is like, he's like, I don't know what Whisper would do. Whisper might throw me in a fucking containment cell and poke at me with instruments, and I don't want that to happen.
Puts you in a containment
and Whisper's
cell,
not here.
some D-boys.
Sends in some D-boys. Yeah, no, and Whisper's not here. Whisper is...
I think Whisper is, like, one of the only Merit people
one
who isn't
expert who could possibly unravel this mystery. Goes over to the trash circle, summons the sorceress of the Silent Sea.
All right. So, you are back out in the hallway. This strange incident has happened, and there's still a few people out here. If you were to look, you'd see Gatcha sort of just bonking her head against her locker. Um,
Sorry.
Roland's sort of like leaning back against his. He's got some sort of like device in his hand. Looks kind of like it's probably his phone. And he's just sort of like going through it, looking at whatever. And yeah,
Please tell me
there's,
Roland is eavesdropping on the conversation in the principal's office. Please tell me.
I mean, I like to think that those walls are thicker than what they are represented as.
I'm using my
genius.
X-ray earbuds.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Roland's a super genius, and he goes there for tutoring. Who's to say he hasn't installed miniature cameras?
That's fair. That is pretty fair. Could be, maybe not. Who knows?
Oh
Yeah. Ethan's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. It is up to you.
All right. So after
if there's
a
anybody
while
you're
of
interested in.
staring in the mirror and trying to get literally anything else to happen again, and it doesn't, and he's like, all right, well, I guess that's over. And like feeling a little weird, a little dazed, he stumbles out of the bathroom, and I had a plan, but now plans have changed. Things are different now.
Well, what's your plan? Let's talk about that.
I was gonna have him go talk to Sam. We talked about that earlier, but things are different now. Things have changed.
Oh, okay.
Things have changed.
Okay.
Now he's gonna go talk to Michiko.
Okay.
Things are different. My feelings have changed. He like kind of like dazed walks out of the bathroom, still kind of like, what the fuck was that? Am I hallucinating? Is the artifact actually, like, what was that? It wants me. It's already in my body. I don't know what more it could want. And then spots Michiko, who, he hasn't actually gotten to talk to since
all of that went down.
Since that whole debacle at school. Or at the old school.
Mm-hmm. She sort of looks at you. Whoa, you feeling okay?
Yeah, it's just, he kind of like looks at the bathroom door and debates, like, do I tell people I'm going insane?
I saw your fight. Ridiculous as the whole concept is, of getting students to fight each other for grades. She shrugs. I just wanted to say it was pretty cool the way you and Azumi decided to fight. Which is to say, hardly at all. And so, and she's like, yeah, this, the whole thing's a drag. It's really kind of bad in many, many ways. Not the least of which is the emotional toll that it will unquestionably befall the children who are fighting each other. But hey, what do I know?
Just kind of like, oh yeah. Yeah, that
She says having made it to the finals in hers, but not winning. And so, yeah, she's just like, but yeah, are you feeling okay? You look a little out of it.
Yeah, I guess, it's been a while since I've had to expend that much energy at one time. I've kind of been stuck in a box for the past few months since I got this thing.
Yeah. Well, hey, I don't know anything about all of that. But if you're interested in talking about it, you know, I've got some ears. It's really the least I could do for what you and your friends did for me.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't have someone getting kicked out for something that's not really their fault.
Yeah.
What
Well.
happened, by the way, with he motions to the guitar? I take it they don't usually behave that way.
No, something was wrong. Yeah, usually I've got a tighter leash, but it was like being there and just feeling overwhelmed and all of that. I don't know, made them more aggressive, I guess. It's kind of strange. I think part of me ties it to that place as well. Just the feeling. That school, you know, when I was younger, I always thought I would be going there until, you know, my brother did what he did. And so, I don't know, I go there to relax, but it's not like a sleepy kind of relaxed. It's more like I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off and I'm overwhelmed and this place drives me crazy, and so I want to go to a place where I can openly feel that.
Huh.
That's what that school is to me.
Yes, it's kind of like Suhaila going to the junkyard and destroying cars.
Oh, does she do that?
Yeah,
Hmm.
we threw some cars around the other day. It was
Yeah. It was nice, right?
good. Yeah, it's the first time I've gotten to do anything like that. Usually I'm just told to, you know, keep it down and don't blow anything up.
Yeah. Well, you know, garbage is garbage, and so you can blow it up easier, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But saying it very poorly, she says, sort of like bonking herself on the head.
Yeah, nobody cares. So that's the easier part. I think I banished one of your Oni. I don't know if the number of them matters, but one of them I think I sent somewhere else when they were attacking. So, you know, if you felt that, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was missing 2 for a while, but 1 came back. Don't really know what happened to the other.
2, huh? I just sent one off
Yeah.
to
Well,
somewhere else.
Well, it's not a big deal, I don't think. Those belong to the guitar more than they belong to me, I think. I'm still figuring it out. I haven't had the guitar for long, and it was around the time that I got that they started showing up, and so, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, you want to go get some coffee or something?
Yes. Absolutely. I would absolutely love to be anywhere, but he kind of looks around, looks at the bathrooms, like anywhere but here, really.
Yeah, I feel that. I've watched. I'm certain that that Nalani girl in your class got a few bones broken in her fight, and it was hard to watch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about Doulaha, so I don't know much about either of them really, so I'm not sure how in or out of.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect from that fight, honestly.
Yeah. That Doulaha girl really kicked some ass, but
Yeah, she's tougher than I thought she'd be.
yeah. Anyway, let's let's go before the next round starts or whatever. And so, yeah, the two of you go off and try to get some coffee from the actual cafeteria and not the gym.
Not the gym.
And so we'll go ahead and head over to Elpis. Elpis, what do you want to do?
Elpis is just caught up with Miss Loftus because she has a lot of questions that have been just like sort of bumping around in her mind. So she tracks her down and like puts up a hand. Miss Loftus.
Elpis. Hi. How are you? Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling significantly better. I'm actually pretty She stops. I am very confused. Can I? Okay. She pauses. This entire midterm has been rather overwhelming. I thought that the big moment would be the one where I transported the ring to a different dimension temporarily, but no, that was actually a small footnote in all of the stuff that's happened, and I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Elpis is floating about an inch off the ground from her normal, like, just like, she's been grounded lately, but she's actually, she's ethereal again, at least slightly. Can I ask, do you know what's happening with Kid right now?
Yeah, you are not the only one who's just freaking out.
Okay.
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with Kid, and I can't talk to him, and he won't talk to me, and I don't understand, and
Okay.
I'm really worried.
It is okay. We can pool our resources. I'm gonna comfort or support the teacher.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Boom.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
All
Okay.
right.
So, it appears that we're both very worked up. Mine is more I just saw one of my friends dismembered in front of my eyes kind of worked up. Yours
gosh.
seems to be a more profound, like, deeper sort of worked up. Do you want to talk about it?
I just want to know if Kid is okay. I don't know, and I need to talk to. And she sort of pauses at that, looks over at you, and just sort of. But I can't do that right now. They're busy.
That is okay. You don't need to tell me anything. I realize now that I might have information that you or Kid might not be aware of. When Kid is normally hurt, he manifests sort of. I thought that they were protective spirits. Like plenty of people like have protective spirits just ambiently. We all have souls that are bound to us that guide us through the world and make things better. I thought that it might be something like that, like Kid had a little guardian angel or something, but whenever Kid was wounded, particularly when his arm was hurt, the other, oh god, that seems like so long ago. Albus, like, disassociates for a second. Anyway, he comes back. When Kid was wounded, it seemed like a spirit came out and protected him. Like, it attempted to mitigate damage, and that shape is the shape that Kid currently is now.
Wait. So Kid has a ghost?
Kid has more than one ghost.
At that point, her face kind of goes pale for a second.
I thought you knew. I am so sorry.
Like she starts tearing up a little bit at that. Oh, gosh.
It is okay. Elpis panicking. She's never really made an adult cry before.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're sure? How many did you say? 3?
I've seen the one that Kid currently is now, and I've seen the shadow of another, but only for a moment.
Okay.
This one looks, the one that Kid currently is, I think I saw the shape of a soul. he looked more or less like Kid, but shorter, no scars, angrier. Elvis's brow furrows.
Okay.
I only saw the other one for a moment, but I think they were a girl. Elvis's brow is really furrowed.
Okay. Oh my god. She just sort of like sits for a second and like, okay. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Elvis. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, of course. Are you okay? She stops, exhales. It will be okay.
Yeah. She sort of like blinks for a second, which lets like some tears track down her cheeks. She wipes them away, and she's like, as she wipes them away, she's smiling. Yeah, no, you're right, Elvis.
Yeah.
All right, but you're feeling better. You're not hurt or anything.
I am feeling very good. Yes.
Good. All right. Well, I think the next round's about to get started here pretty soon. So
Okay.
head back out to the seat and
Miss Loftus, do you want to go see the nurse?
yes, but not immediately.
Okay.
And so, we just, all right, I gotta pick up some stuff in the classroom real quick, and I'll be right out there by the time the next round starts. Thank you so much, Elvis, and she gives you a hug.
Elvis is 100% like tangible again. She like lets out a small noise when she's hugged of like confusion and relief, and it's like, yeah, of course, anytime. I'll save our seats. It'll be okay. She says as she runs off. She had no way to handle that situation or like understand it, but she feels weirdly good about herself.
Is there anybody else in the hallway or anything else you wanna take care of before we get into the next round?
I think it'd be most appropriate to lead into the next round with that. I think I'm good. That was good.
I have a teeny tiny request that as everyone is going back to their seats to sit down, I want to have the smallest, briefest of interactions with Elvis, and then Jace is going to go to his seat.
You bet.
Just a tiny one. In the gym, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah,
like
Elvis
as everyone is getting ready to go to their seats. As everyone's coming back, Jace like he sees Elvis and like comes out of he's got a cup of coffee in his hands and he's like he like briefly snaps out of his daze and like, Ellie, he says, just like a little too loud, and then like stops, is like, and like stops to collect himself because he realized that he's being a fucking weirdo in the middle of the gym. I need you to look at me and tell me what you see.
Elvis squints real close, looking at Jace. And this is more a question for Austin. Austin, what do I see?
Let's see. I tell you what. Give me a give me a pierce the mask.
Pierce the mask. Okay. Let's roll that mundane.
Roll that mundane.
Oh wow!
Oh shit!
That is the absolute maximum roll.
Yeah.
Elvis knows everything.
Yeah, there it is. All right. So, Elvis, as you look at Jace, typically there is always a sort of greenish aura to Jace. Azumi as well.
Yeah.
As you're looking now, the aura is much brighter, and sort of to the point where it's like almost offensive to the eyes. It's like, ooh, that's a little too bright.
Elvis leans in. She's like, "Oh, did you change something? Did I change? Did something leans it a little close, and then it like flares up almost like a car's headlights turning on, and she actually like has to take a step back and look away. Your aura is much brighter than it was before. Like, if I were going to describe it, it's if normal people have souls, you are like, and like they're like lights or shapes or people. You are like a spotlight, and I can't see anything past the light right now, and I don't know why.
Well, despite your efforts to sort of shield your vision, or at least protect your third eye, more or less, you sort of, you're able to glean something.
Ooh.
And it is,
Oh, no.
it is, there is a slight hostility to this. The artifact that you can typically see a small part of, it glows inside Jace, and you can see the eye staring back at you, Elpis, in sort of like an almost accusatory, like it's like, I see that you see me right now.
Elpis,
my God!
Elpis like leans in. She's like, whatever is going on with you, it didn't like the fact that you just asked me to look, and it especially didn't like the fact that I just saw it.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it? Elpis is like, Elpis thinks
What am I
back.
supposed to do with this information?
Elpis thinks back to the conversation that she just had, and she extends her hand into that growing, overwhelming light and pats Jace on the shoulder and just says, "It will be all right."
Jace, who, like, after being told, like, oh, it didn't like it saw me seeing it and is upset, like, kind of adopted this far off look, like, oh, good.
It didn't. I should state, it didn't necessarily mind Jace seeing it.
Not a fan of Elpis.
not a fan of Elpis seeing it.
Yeah, she pats Jace on the shoulder, and after "it will be all right," she leans in and just says, "I don't think it likes me very much."
Oh, Jace kind of like he kind of snaps back to her a little bit and is like, that's. And he looks down at it and back at her and kind of like under his breath goes, "That's too bad." He's talking to it. I don't care. I actually don't give a fuck.
If you want to talk about this later, we could probably like try to work out a method of communicating. I don't something.
Yes. He's still processing this, so all of his reactions are fairly slow. And he kind of looks up at the ring and like it around everyone who's getting their seats, and then kind of is like, later.
Later, okay. Hand on shoulder again. It will be okay.
At that point, he like kind of cocks his head a little bit, like, what are you? He's kind of like in his head, he's kind of like getting the feeling of like a kid that heard a line in a show and they're just repeating it because they've learned a new thing, and he's like, what is going on?
Elpis just, she has a look on her face that communicates a meaning that you have no idea what it like. You're like, what the fuck is up with you?
And at some point, Jace is like, you know what, Elpis just is weird sometimes. This is fine.
She walks over. She's 100% corporeal again and sits down next to Kid. And Jace, you watch as her head turns, and she gets this like kind of weird expression, like, haha, don't know how to handle this again, looking at Kid.
Yeah, Jace is like barely addressed that Kid has changed. Jace just kind of like looks over at Kid and squints a little bit, and then it's like, you know what? Weirder shit has happened, so...
Kid, are you feeling okay? Okay.
All right, here we go. Get ready for the semifinals in Miss Loftus's classroom midterms. Everyone starts clapping. There's like, yay! Everybody's like, yeah, let's get it on. Let's get to the next fight. Coming up from the first round, all the way here. You've climbed up the top of the mountain so far. Let's see who can reach the tippy top. Everyone's like, your announcing sucks. Darkstar and Frankie the Kid. Come on down. And he sort of gives a clap while also like, I hear the words. I hear what they say. They still hurt.
Kind of just like drops off the side of the bleachers, lands with a really heavy thud, and starts heading on over.
Hooray!
She turns to Kid for the first time. What? Did you dye your hair in the last 30 minutes and buy a hat?
Norma, you're muted.
No.
All right then.
Why is everybody so okay with Kid being different? Albus just puts her head in her hands and fucking has a moment.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Haven't quite figured it out yet. It's like a lot of people are whispering it like. Whispering about it more like, man, I can't believe Kid was hiding a power like that the whole time, and stuff like that.
Kid has not been hiding shit.
Yeah,
He hasn't known anything about anything.
And those whispers, Elpis vocally just
I feel like Jason, the merit people are like, weirder shit's happened, so they're like, whatever. Jason's like, I have other problems. I'm worried about shit.
Yeah, the merit people are all taking meticulous notes on like just about every student who's come up. They're like, all right, turn to the next page. Let's see what we've got. All right.
I love the merit people.
Stuff like that. All right. Ready, set, begin.
Okay, so what are we doing here, Kid?
I'm gonna use my ability really quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my ability to summon my mind of their own ability to summon my little chain.
Your chain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and mark a condition.
Yep. Now I only got one of those.
Oh shit.
All right.
What the hell?
And you have them.
What condition did you mark?
Hopeless.
Okay.
Because Kid knows Suheila's stronger than him.
Okay. Never seen that one before.
I'm gonna
How long
try
have you
and
been
grab you.
All
Kid
right.
is always Kid, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and grab him. And so,
It's the tried and true strategy.
This is all he knows.
Suhaila, how do you want to respond to that?
I think
You say, how long have you known how to do that? And he goes, 30 minutes. And just kind of starts to grab you.
Yeah. Okay. I think she is gonna. Well, she's definitely not expecting that, so I think she is just gonna instinctively try to like dodge out of the way of the chains while going like, "Whoa, what the hell?"
And so, yeah, you like the chains start whirling, like just sort of like back and forth, spinning around, trying to get a good hook on you, and you're sort of like weaving in and out. Kid, give me a looks to be directly engage a threat.
Yeah. All of my rolls are going to be complete garbage, by the way, because I have minuses in most of my stats right now, and also conditions.
Mm-hmm.
See,
All
I
right,
rolled
Suhaila.
a 4 and a 5. I want
Yeah,
you to notice.
Oh,
Suhaila, the ball is in your court.
I believe in you.
Okay. I think she is gonna like. She doesn't know what they do, but she doesn't really want to get smacked around. So I think she kind of dips to the side a couple of times, and when she sees that they're continuing to follow her, she is just gonna try to get like a fast start off of a force heel in the ground and zip past them to get like right up beside Kid on the other side of them.
Okay. Kid, how do you respond to this?
So you're moving really fast this way, just like straight.
Yeah, not
this way,
directly not directly towards Kid, but basically right up to like beside him.
All right. He's gonna move. He's gonna try and move away from you.
Okay. So this time, let's see here. So, Suhaila, you may now directly engage a threat.
All right. Let's see. Roll my Dagner. And no bonus because I've lost influence over Kid.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, that's a half hit. How do you want to do this?
Okay, well, for the moment, of the options on directly engage a threat, definitely the one that makes sense in the fiction is resist or avoid their blows. So
Yeah.
that's all I get on the 8. So I think she, so she just kind of like, she gets right to Kid's side so that she gets a little distance from the chain, and the chains, I guess, just like kind of keep following her, so she's like, whoops, just kind of starts like dancing around, maybe does like a combat roll between Kid's legs at one point.
Mm-hmm. And so...
what are we doing here? What's going on? I thought,
We're-
are you actually gonna fight me?
That's what I was told to do.
But you hate fighting everyone.
Not right now. Actually, right now, I'm feeling pretty up for it.
Yeah, this is sort of the first hint that you've gotten. Well, not the first hint, but the first hint that you've been like ready to witness that something might be a little off with Kid.
You act okay. Hang on. Why don't we spar for a minute, and then you can fall down at an opportune time, and like you already won 2 rounds anyway, so like they're gonna pass you no matter what.
They won't pass me if I let myself lose.
I mean that's why. Don't worry, I can.
Why
make
don't
it
you
look-
fall over, Suhaila?
What did you say?
Well, why do I have to be the one that falls over?
Because I'm better than you.
And who
Ooh.
says that? You? Do you get to decide that?
I mean, alright, so Suhaila is going to attempt to, as a demonstration of this point, is going to attempt to grab a hold of a fistful of chains as they come after her, and kind of windmill Kid over her head into the mat. Not with like a great amount of force, but just as a like,
I want to release my arm.
okay.
Yeah. And so you do the windmill, and you as you're flipping Kid over, you're like, wait a minute, Kid's a lot lighter than I thought, and you just slam the arm down. Everybody kind of goes, "Ooh!" And Kid, how do you? Kid, you have a solid opening. What do you want to do?
I want to punch Suhaila in the face!
All right. So, Kid, with your free arm, you just kind of you kind of go in and you go for an uppercut. Suhaila, take a powerful blow. Whoa.
Alright.
Ooh. I didn't think it was gonna go this way. I really thought I was just gonna lose. I'm still gonna lose, you know.
The comeback
I
kid.
need to have a powerful blow macro, but I don't right now. Okay,
It's
here we
just
go.
your conditions, right?
Condition.
Yeah. Alrighty. So on a 7 to 9, you lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opponent gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
Okay, well, I don't think giving an opportunity makes sense since this was the result of an opportunity.
Yeah, that makes sense to me as well.
And it doesn't make sense for me to be able to inflict a condition on a teammate, even though Kid is technically my teammate. But I think what makes the most sense right now is lashing out verbally.
Okay.
Yeah, so Suhaila tries, whaps the arm down on the ground, is like, oh, wait, shit. So she starts to turn around again and just like, actually, for real, punched in the face. And Kid doesn't really know how to fight, but Kid's pretty strong, right?
Kid has super strength and super durability.
Yeah, no, so, like, this is actually, like, the heaviest hit I think she's taken, because she managed to pretty much stay out of range of Ethan. I guess she got, like, needled in the shoulder against Sam, but, like, this is pretty much the first just, like, goes
just
flying
straight
across
up.
the mat type moment.
Yeah. Yeah, you get plopped back into the corner, and yeah, it hurts right away. You take a few seconds to sort of collect yourself as you pound into the turnbuckle.
What the fuck are you thinking?
We have to fight Suhaila.
You want to do this? You really want to do this? You're gonna do this to me now?
What do you mean? This is what we were told to do!
Suhaila is going to, like, she's gonna grit her teeth and narrow her eyes, and she's gonna come in. Her previous fights, she didn't know the people's powers very well, so she tried to play defensive initially. She feels like she knows Kid's powers pretty well, and so she is just going to bolt in and go for, like, a counter-punch haymaker to, well, definitely not a limb, probably just, like, the torso.
Okay. And so yeah, you're gonna go for the how much power are you gonna put into this thing?
Not a huge amount more than a regular hit, but she knows that Kid is tough and has survived being decapitated, so she doesn't have to, like, be very gentle. I think this is enough power that it should, like, if it connects solidly, it would, like, lift Kid off his feet and slam him into his corner at least as hard as she hit hers.
Okay, Kid, you see Suhaila coming. It's not exactly a surprise what she's about to do. What are you going to do?
I want to release my legs and just, like, crumble so that she doesn't hit anything.
So you're gonna plop your legs off as she goes for the hit, so that you go, so like, your torso
my body
goes flying?
is below. Yeah, no, so that my body goes below her fist, so she just hits the air.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you so let's see here. I tell you what. Both of you, show them your best.
Oh God, what's that roll again?
I just reposted it in our in the Valor Discord.
Bless you, Austin. I'm gonna get fucking obliterated because I have so many conditions. I have 5 conditions, y'all, and I have my highest skill's a 3, so that's
It's a -2.
Don't worry, it's definitely within my power to beef it. Okay, so highest stat is 3, I have 1 condition, so I will roll the 2d6.
Oh yeah!
Ah, you got positive!
Wow, yeah.
Oh yeah!
Yeah!
All right, so
You're fine!
all right,
Fuck.
Frankie, you choose first.
Oh God, and I didn't read the options. Knock your opponent out, you win. Gain insight on your opponent's mental state. Gain influence over your opponent via understanding. You give an all-out attack. Surrender. I want to gain insight into your mindset, because he doesn't understand why you're questioning this. You were so excited about fighting earlier. Why are you questioning it now? He doesn't understand.
Okay, so I think the way I'm gonna
your long-winded monologue. Should I pick mine first or just start monologuing?
You can start monologuing. Basically, this is the move for when people stop throwing punches and start talking during a fight. Like, like you could see all of the, like you're seeing the blows being thrown, and all the while, you know, you're getting this like sort of mental image of like, oh, so this is what so and so must be going through. It's so difficult to watch them do this, you know, knowing everything that they have on the line, you know, that sort of thing. And so, as long as it's within the spirit of that, you know, however you want to flavor this.
Okay. Can I narrate a little bit of action first?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
whatever we need to do to make it make sense.
So, in order to end up in a situation where there might be monologuing, so Suhaila goes for the punch. The legs come off, and Kid like flops onto not really knees, but I guess like stumps. And
It's like his legs are standing in front of him, and he's standing next to his legs on his
Yeah.
stumps.
And she goes overhead and misses, but manages to flip around in the air, and just pinball off of this corner and come back at a lower angle. She goes for the second punch, and Kid just, like, catches it, and so they're temporarily, like, straining against each other in the center of the ring.
Yeah,
He's
Kid's
like,
got a
"Why-"
very...
He's like,
It's
"Why
got a
are you
very low
acting like
center of
this?"
gravity, and so it's like...
Why
boom.
are you acting like this?
I don't know. Why are you acting like this?
No, you.
It's
I
all...
asked you first.
Fuck. You got me there. Because it's not about fun anymore.
Why
Now,
not?
because I'm going to win. And right now, Kid, you know I like you. You are being such an obstacle right now.
I mean, I have to fight you. This is what I was told to do, and this is for some reason what I feel like doing. I don't know why, but this is just what I feel like doing.
So yeah, you start going at it, and Suhaila, flashes of your mom, sort of like you don't necessarily think so much of like your mom telling you, "Hey, I can't, I gotta go. You have fun with your super punches. I gotta go." But you think about the image of her sort of walking away. Like she walked quickly, but it was a very normal sort of walk. It wasn't just like you didn't really get the sense that she felt terrible about having to leave. And so that's sort of what's on your mind at the moment. And
right after that, I definitely think of whenever we had the conversation where she was like, "Yeah, it was really hard, but I got the day off of work. I'll be there to watch you, and like I'll be there to cheer you on, and I know you'll do your best."
Mm-hmm. And you also think back to the first time your mom saw you after everything happened, and like how she was obviously in tears, but also like she was just so happy that you were okay, and she embraced you, and now you think of like where you are now, and it's just the exact opposite. It is, and so you're putting a lot of your feelings into this blow. What do you want to do?
Oh boy, what do I want? I think, I think we should both give an all-out attack and both take a heavy blow.
Yep.
She, like the stalemate of fists into like palms of hands breaks off, and she pulls back a little, and Kid, you can definitely see there's like, she's not weeping, but like there's a little like, there are a few tears of like frustration right now.
He's just like, "Why are you crying? This is supposed to be fun."
This is all I have, and I'm going to be the best damn hero at this school!
No one ever questioned that, Suhaila. That's not about this right now.
And so, you both. How are you going to, Kid? How are you going to inflict your side of the heavy blow?
I'm gonna I'm gonna use the chains. I'm gonna latch onto my arms and legs, and I'm just gonna spin them around, try and hit her with them.
Okay. And Suhaila, what are you? What's your piece in this puzzle?
For my side of it, I think. So Kid's like flailing the chains around with limbs attached to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the chains? Given that Kid already dropped legs and at least one arm, how do you link to the chains again?
They are tattoos that are coming off of my body.
Okay.
So, like, if you rip them off, you will be ripping my skin off.
Okay.
There is ink. You can see the ink on the like. It's one side is red and one side's black because it's all of his, effectively, his blood.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen, or what I'm gonna try to do. I'm going to try to, basically, she backs up initially, but sees like, all right, this is not a large enough arena for me to actually be out of range of this, so instead she's gonna rush into the maelstrom of chains and let them hit her and let them wrap around her body. She didn't see what happened to Kaushamar, but like same kind of thing of like reach the point where the chains are almost entirely around her. Definitely taking many like smacks with limbs in the course of this and lashes of chains. And then when it's like the chains are all tangled up around her, she is going to just flop backwards like a dying fish and concentrate a huge amount of mass into her body, such that as soon as she falls down and like the chains go taut, it is just gonna suddenly yank Kid's body towards her with like thousands of pounds of force.
Yeah. All right. So both of you go ahead and make your rolls.
That's a conditions roll, right?
Yes, you're both taking a heavy blow.
Oof. I knew it was coming. Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Also,
No one wins.
All right. So, Kid, on your take a powerful blow, you got a 10. You must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or choose two options from the 7 to 9 list.
Can I lose control of my powers in a terrible way?
Yeah. Suhaila, what do you do?
I think. Can I see what happens as a result of Kids first? Because if this is the end of the fight, I think she would take the guilty and angry conditions. If Kid actually continues fighting, maybe she won't feel guilty about what she just did.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Roma.
Whenever you pull Kid towards you, pretty much, he realizes he's going towards you really fast, and in an attempt to minimize that, he's going to try and reattach his limbs, making this, kind of putting himself back together, and he's just effectively, hugging you really hard now. But he goes flying into you, and as soon as he gets a grip around you, he just starts kind of, his arms kind of fall off, but, because he can't control his powers, and his legs kind of fall off, and he's on the ground, and he's like, well, fuck. He doesn't say fuck because he's dead. He's like, well, shit. And he's and
other marginally less curse word.
He says crap or something because it's Kid, but
yeah.
And then his chains are just kind of lashing out, but in no particular object, just lashing out in all directions off. Maybe the octopus gets hit, just kind of doing whatever they want.
Yeah, and so they start flying out. They start flying out around, and you just see Miss Loftus go, "Oh my God, Kid!" Or
Kid's
anyone
here,
who,
right? Kid's
Huh?
next to me.
Kid will be
Yeah,
like
Kid-
right,
like,
like on you
Yeah,
effectively.
okay.
So-
Yeah,
Suhaila, as you pull the gravity down, the weight of the ring will not support. Like,
oh yeah, we're going
The-
into a crater.
yeah, you guys are going into a little hole, and so from what people can see on the outside is that like these chains are thwacking around just crazy, like sort of like tearing into the ropes, and they're getting long enough to where it's like people on the outside are almost in danger of getting hit. The Voidling flies up and is like, "Uh-oh, bad." Just sort of like,
Oh, Voidling!
just sort of like tries to like slap them away as best they can. And Icebrand just like pulls out like a blue sort of like ice, almost like I if you've seen Mega Man Zero and you're aware of what that sword looks like, it's that but blue and very cold. And so pulls out this almost like laser sword and starts cutting away at the
Ow! That's my
thing.
skin, asshole!
Yeah, it hurts, but you're the one thwacking him around.
I
And
think
so,
Can't help it.
so. If so, we're down in a crater. I think if Suhaila can, she's gonna like struggle to her feet, still wrapped up in chains, and seeing like kids going fucking ham all over the place.
He's probably yelling really loud.
She is angry, and she is gonna feel guilty about this, but she is gonna charge up, all of her like her arms and stuff still bound, and just super speed, super mass in the headbutt Kid straight in the face, going for severing the head like happened in their first fight.
Oh boy. All right, so Kid, how are you going to respond to this? Because it's fast enough that it. Let's see. What do you have any ideas as to how Kid would try to handle that?
He would detach his head, but keep the chains attached, so his head would just fall backwards.
Yeah.
And then he could just reel it back in.
Head flail.
Oh boy. And so yeah, it's just like sort of like a very quick headbutt. The head makes contact, and Kid's head actually goes flying out past under the ring, still connected to a chain until it reaches the maximum bit of the chain's length, and then that sort of pulls itself back in. It's pretty gross. And so I think the two of you, both being still pretty ready to fight each other, show them your best.
Alright.
It goes on and on. Who will die?
Shit!
Oh shit!
Rough.
Oh no!
Ah!
All right,
Alright, do it to me.
Aram, what do you do?
I think the logical
Yeah, it makes sense. Go for it.
for where we built to, I will knock out my opponent.
Okay. And so, how do you describe that?
I think the head goes flying out under the ring, and Suheila's like, what? As it starts like reeling back in on a chain. She doesn't know what the shit is going on with that, but I think she's going to. Oh geez, let's see if I can narrate this in the worst way possible. So she knocks Kid's bodies down, head reels out and starts reeling back in. She's going to quickly step over Kid's body and bring down like 1,000 pounds of force and try to sever the chain that's connected to the head.
Oof. And so, yeah, it's done. And with that, so you do the thing, and the chain snaps. Kid, you feel a sudden
Screaming.
sense. Yeah, you feel a very sudden sense of panic setting in. As
Like
your
with
head
the
is
cuts. With the cuts, it's not that bad because Kid can get like because Kid can fall apart and come back together, so he can just
Yeah,
reattach that skin. You just crushed part of the skin on his neck, and like
Yeah.
he feels it. It's hurting. He's screaming.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Ouch! Oh my god!"
It's real rough, and so
Falls
the head
unconscious.
sort of plops off, and Kid falls unconscious. He's oh man, all this chain's done. Oh wait, it looks like, and Suhaila sort of crawls out from the hole they were stuck in next to Kid's head. Octopus sees it and just sort of faints. Clunk.
Octopus will make his most traumatic.
Suhaila's
Just like,
breathing
oh,
really
again.
heavily, and her eyes are really wide. Like, did I just fucking do that?
Yeah, and so
You take 2 conditions, right?
You will take you because you did not have influence over Kid, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so what conditions are you going to mark?
Well, I'm marking actually my last 2 conditions, which are insecure and hopeless.
Okay.
I'm not sure what implications that has with the fight having just ended, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so you get hit, and you're just seeing all of the eyes upon you, sort of like, oh, that was a little more gruesome than I think we were expecting.
Every fight with Kid is always more gruesome than you're expecting.
Yeah.
It's
And
never
so,
It's pretty inherent.
the limbs come off, man. What you want?
The Voidling comes in. I think it is fair to say that Suhaila is the winner, and there's some clapping until like it eventually picks up to a more like respectable pace for the clapping, because like by all accounts that was a pretty good fight. It's just like at that point, oh god, another one.
Can I have water, please?
Yes, of course. Voidling sort of guides Suhaila out of the ring. Lifts Octopus
she
up with
wanders off like almost in a
space
daze.
gas. Yeah. Voidling opens the ropes for you and sort of sets those in. Voidling looks over. Are you okay?
Suhaila like kind of works her fist like into her mouth a little, like she's like chewing on her knuckles. Kid is. I need to.
Here.
I didn't. Can I go outside for a second?
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna throw up.
Yep. So Suhaila heads out, just sort of rushes out, and you do a vomit. And so, meanwhile, inside the ring, it's okay. Let's see here. The chain has detached. Let me see. All right, that should sort of Quill sort of like inks it together, fixing it back into place, and just sort of like pulls everything back in, and plops the head back on and inks that back up into place. Are you okay, Kid?
Yep. Oh
Okay.
man, shit, it's really hard. He's like rubbing his forehead where he got head blood.
Yes, she does. And so once they see the kids getting up, the applause gets a little more comfortable rather than it's just like, yay,
Yeah,
you
like
killed
a
him.
terrified one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. If you'd like to come to the nurse's office, that's where
Yeah.
I will be. Do you feel okay, kid?
I'm gonna chill in the nurse's office for a little bit.
Entirely fair. Like she sort of like leans forward and as they're walking past, as the two of you are walking past, Quill sort of gives Miss Loftus a little thumbs up to indicate,
I give her a thumbs up
he'll
too.
probably be
Aw.
okay. And then she's just like, okay.
Suhaila comes back in, like, and looks up and is like, and just pointedly avoids looking at anyone that way and just goes this way instead.
So the two of them walk out and check on that a bit. Octopus is splashed with a bucket of water unceremoniously and goes sort of, ugh, what? Oh, okay. All right. It's over. Yes. The fight is over. Kid is okay. Oh yeah, no, I knew he'd be fine. I wasn't ready to see it again.
Octopus knows better than most.
Octopus reliving his.
He's reliving his
Octopus
trauma.
experiences PTSD.
Oh, last
Oh,
time
boy.
I was the one who did that. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, which is what he just awkwardly says into the mic, just like, last time I saw that was because I did it. Ooh. All right. No applause.
You ever have a day where you
no
just decapitate a child?
That was a really hard fight emotionally for Octopus.
Yeah.
You ever just cut into a child and they keep coming at you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, that was spooky. All right, so our last match of the semifinal is Unity versus Dulaha. Please come to the ring.
Oh man, I'm very nervous about this one.
Dulaha starts to sort of skip a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Azumi gets up, Jason's just like, he kind of like reaches out for a hand and goes, "Be careful, do your best."
I mean, look at me. That's gonna be a little hard.
It'll be fine. No matter what happens, it'll be fine.
Jace, you are comforting or supporting.
Oh my god, he is!
Go, Chase, go! Woo!
Where are we?
Plus mundane.
Oh my god. Worthless. Jace, you useless boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh man, we have
Well,
the highest possible roll. That's only one off from the lowest possible roll.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
All
Jason's
right.
mundane sure is a -2, and I'm pretty sure he has a condition attached to it.
I appreciate you being optimistic, but hey, at least making it to semifinals is something to be proud of. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do my best until I pass out.
And then as she walks away, Jace like quietly he doesn't look at Elpis, but he does quietly lean over and goes, Look at Azumi and tell us what you see."
Ooh, yeah, no, what do I see when I look at Azumi?
To have that 15 kapow that you got earlier,
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't give you the full mileage that something like that would entail, and so I'm just going to give you this one.
Okay, thank you.
there is that same green. There is the same greenish glow. Azumi usually has it. Like that's just part of her as well. Hers actually seems a little dimmer, dimmer than usual. But you can see that as she's like getting into the ring, it starts to like flicker to life a little bit.
Ooh.
Coming back up to a point where it is brighter than usual, but not quite as bright as what you saw Jace.
Elpis is gonna side-eye Jace. Did Jace's grow equivalently dim? To how, like, what is there an equilibrium being maintained here?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No,
Okay,
Jace's is unaffected. Jace's
Interesting.
is still pretty bright. Maybe not as bright as it was before you sat down,
Yeah.
but it's still kind of like offensive to the senses.
Elpis basically says, "Okay, hers is usually very similar to yours. Recently it's been a little bit dimmer, but it just flared up again." And catches the corner of Jason's.
Elliot's blinded.
He's slightly like, oh, bad.
Okay.
You hear there's an applause as they start to enter the ring and everything. All right, in this our semi-final match, we got Unity versus Doulaha. Oh boy! And as he looks over at Doulaha, like her nose is broken, and she's just there.
Oh.
Like, it's not a little broken. It's like her nose is broken. And she's just smiling. Alrighty. Ooh, boy. He sort of like looks over at Azumi and is like, well, avoid the face shot, okay? And gets out of the ring. And now you can get a pretty good look at Dula. Her nose is broken. She's got one black eye, but she's just sitting there grinning. Azumi, you're looking positively green.
If there's one thing I got going for me, it'll be that.
Very well. And so, all right,
Fear.
begin.
Immediately when he says that, Azumi just jumps up and floats high in the air, knowing that Dula probably excels in closer combat and watching her how she fought, Nalani. She probably thinks taking to the air should be the best bet, because she hasn't seen Dula do anything that's ranged, so to at least have any fighting chance in her condition, she's just floats up into the air, and then as she does, she immediately just pours some green into her hand and throws it down, kind of like dropping a bomb.
Okay. So let's take a look at that. So yeah, you blast down. You start shooting this big green bomb down. Go ahead and unleash your powers.
Okie dokie.
Get an idea of what that looks like.
Oh shit!
There it is, baby!
Good girl!
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll to take a heavy blow. And so, let's see what we've got here. Got that. And as the bomb comes down, she sort of looks up at it and is like, oh. Yeah, and so it comes down real rough, and as it's coming closer, she's like, "Oh, you're exhausted, aren't you?" And she just sort of draws her sword, and she draws her sword and sort of like just slices right through it clean. The two halves sort of bounce against the ground like bubbles and then pop. That was interesting. What else you got?
Are you kidding me?
I guess at that point, Azumi's just gonna realize, like, Adulaha's probably, like, showing a lot more power now that she's never understood. So she needs to figure out a plan. Like, if that blast that she knows, like, she even wasn't confident, but as it came out, knows probably should have left a dent, and she just sliced through it like butter, that she needs to actually look at Dullaha and figure out the plan. So she's going to assess what's the best course of options.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So,
yeah, assess the situation or pierce the mask. Which one specifically are you?
I was
are you
using
looking
assess the situation.
at? You got it. All right. So 7 and 9, ask one.
Okay. I guess out of all these questions that she can ask, she'll probably think how could we best end this quickly?
Yeah, as you sort of look around, you see that Dullaha is she looks like she's fucking powering through it like a fucking champ. Like her she's clearly injured. Like it's a bad situation. But she's just sitting there, almost like after cutting that energy in half, she's sort of just like smiling, just smiling up at you, and you don't get the sense that she's like weakened at all or anything like that. And for a brief moment, you think that the best way you could end this quickly is to surrender.
Okay. Like, even if Azumi realizes that this is a fight, like, if she wants to get it over with quickly, that she would have to surrender herself, she's not going to take that opportunity. She's still in it to win.
Yep. And so at that point, Dullaha sort of takes one step forward and says, "You flew, huh? That was pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, if only I were Elpis, and I could fly up after you. Oh wait." And at that point, she starts to float up as well. Interesting. Looks like the sword lets me fly.
I do whatever I want, bitch.
Yeah, that is one of the Doom's powers. It's listed right there on the sheet. And so.
I'd like to invoke my "I do whatever I want" bitch move.
Yeah. And so she floats up and says, "All right, now what?"
Azumi, just seeing that she is like flying up, and takes notice of the sword, and from her mind, she is like realizes that sword is a problem, and she needs to do something to get rid of that sword. So what she's going to do is, like, she's gonna go ahead and it's actually a bluff. She's gonna charge green energy around her as if she's charging up flare. And Dullaha would watch this. This is not what Azumi is doing. As she's charging up, what she's actually going to do is use it as momentum to blast forward and directly engage her, and specifically try to get into position where she could snatch the sword away from Dullaha.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you try to you set up this little distracting sort of like power up thing, and you rush forward. You rush straight ahead and try to separate the sword from Dullaha. So go for it. This would be directly engaging a threat.
Yep, this is something Azumi's not good at, but I don't want to roll burn yet, because it's very likely she'll just knock herself out, and I want to see this last a little longer.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Oh, thank goodness.
You got. Yeah.
On a -3, I still got a hit.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
Nice.
I get to pick one. I'm gonna take something from them. I'm gonna take Dullaha's sword, and then as keep moving forward and just go to the corner and just have her sword.
Okay. So, what specifically are you doing with the sword? It was. Are you gonna like toss it? Or are you gonna wield it? Or what? What's the plan?
You know what? She's gonna take a lesson out of Octopus's book and conjure a portal to throw the sword away.
Okay. All right. So yeah, as you take the sword out of her hand, she falls and drops. She drops and sort of like crashes into the mat pretty bad. She sort of ouch, not bad. And so yeah, go ahead and roll to unleash your powers to open up a portal to the green.
Okay. Let's do this. Yo!
Yeah!
No
There it is!
consequence!
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right.
Go
So,
Azumi!
Great sword!
so yeah, you open up a portal, hook the sword in, and it closes. And it's at that point that Doulaha starts to look a little like, uh-oh. And so she backs down and is like, all right. Let's see.
My favorite part about about teleporting stuff with their powers is nobody knows where that shit is going.
Yeah.
Even get that back?
Who knows?
Uh-oh. Doulaha is not allowed to come to school anymore because she's not a superhero anymore.
Yeah.
Oops.
And so Doulaha starts to hop up. She gets up on the ropes a little bit and sort of like sits on the turnbuckle. She sort of sits on the turnbuckle, facing forward and like, all right. So, what's your next move?
Azumi just fully believes that because she got rid of the sword, she took away a lot of Doulaha's powers.
Okay.
So at this point, she's just going to go ahead and charge forward one more time, and almost as if like, you know what? I want to roll this as a provoke, because I want to mess with Doulaha losing that sword by conjuring pretty much like a psionic blade with her right arm.
Nice. Yeah, go for it. Go for provoke. What specifically are you trying to get Doulaha to do before we roll that out?
She'll basically what she wants to bait Doulaha to do, honestly, is the reverse of what she thought Azumi was gonna do, and just have her surrender, just to the point of like, I still have all these powers. I can fight against you and use your own tactics by conjuring a sword, and there's not much you could do because it's gone. Like, I have the advantage here, and if you don't surrender, I'm gonna drive this blade deep into part of your arm. Like, not a fatal blow, but I will not hesitate unless you surrender.
Click gun. I won't hesitate, bitch. And so,
Okay, I've dropped the gun.
And so, yeah, you rush forward, and you rush forward. You pull the sword out, and you give her the "I won't hesitate, bitch" look. And it's at that point that Doulaha rushes forward. She jumps off the thing and just starts like almost daintily skipping towards you very, very quickly, like watching it in fast motion. And she's like, not so fast. And so you're both going to roll, show them your best.
Okay.
And
so 4 conditions minus my top, which is 2. So this is at a -2.
Yep. And where?
Yeah, there we go.
Don't worry.
Who knows? Maybe she'll roll a 1.
She-
I highly doubt that.
let me see. It's roll conditions, and her highest stat is so it's going to be a straight roll.
She needs to roll snake
Oh,
eyes.
almost.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
1 plus 2.
Barely.
And so
Dang, if you didn't have that +2, you would have.
Two.
If it wasn't for that +2.
Oh.
Dang,
All
she may
right,
have lost the sword, but she could have at most one actual condition right now based on that. That's scary as hell.
And so, she's going to go ahead and, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. And so she's going to rush ahead and, basically, I'm not going to take away your chance to inflict upon her, but we are going to do two what do we call them?
All out attack.
Powerful blows?
Yeah, two powerful blows.
Okay.
So, let me roll them powerful blows.
All right. Assuming
Being told to roll a
four
powerful
conditions.
Yeah, told to roll a powerful blow when you have one condition slot left is like getting told to shoot yourself.
It's pretty getting told to die. Oh, could have been worse.
Mhm.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. All right, so what are you gonna do on the take a powerful blow?
I mean, it
we've got the
probably
7 to
makes
9
sense
list.
of this because she did not expect Dullaha to dart forward. So I guess in this sense, it makes the most sense to say she's given an opportunity.
Okay. And Dullaha will take 2 conditions. So yeah, you slice into her arm real bad, like way worse than you were planning to, because you weren't totally ready yet. You thought you still had, some 15, 20 feet left before you were gonna get to her. And then she just sort of sped up super fast and almost sort of like impaled herself on the knife, and so she's gonna do that. And now that basically like she's impaled, she sort of like looks and starts. She like looks down, looks up at you, and says, "Good job, murderer!" And she starts screaming. And yeah, she's screaming extra loud, like everyone is like, whoa! And you as like the blade comes out, she just thumps, falls to the ground, passes out, and everyone's just like, oh my god! Everybody sort of like rushes forward, and the question at hand is what was the way in which she does this? How are you feeling after that?
She's mortified because she planned on not aiming for a vital spot, and the look of like having Dullaha impale herself onto Izumi to like actually try to like as a tactic, she's mortified. Like, she didn't want to hurt her. This wasn't her plan. She just wanted to bluff and make her surrender. She really thinks she landed a killing blow, and that kind of thought scares her. She's already has the afraid condition, but she does not even like hesitate. She stops the blade and immediately goes down to Dullaha and just starts trying to heal her with her magic. She does not hesitate. She's like, her mind is, I am not going to be a murderer today, because that's what she thinks right now. So she wants to comfort and support right now and just heal her.
Yeah, go
How
for it.
obvious is it that Dullaha impaled herself?
Not terribly. Like, it's not like I just jumped right into it. It's like it's just like a I'm running, we're running, kids crash into each other, and like it ends up with a really bad situation. So yeah, you're going to comfort or support.
I just rolled. It was a full hit.
Yep. And so let's see what we've got here. Yeah, you rush down and you start to like she hears you. Basically, Doulaha sort of like her eyes open for a second as you're healing her, and she says, "It's not me!" And at that point she jumps up and grabs you by the throat like it was a fake, and she gets up and is like, "Fight's still on." Now, Azumi, why would you take my sword? Her other arm seems pretty useless, and she's like holding you up she's holding you up with one arm. Why would you take my sword, Azumi? And she starts sort of like walking you both to the center of the ring. And she's sort of like she's gonna lift you up, and the sort of like the surprise of it is like you're gonna get choke slammed, pro wrestling style. And so yeah,
I think it's fair I'd take a powerful blow after that.
Yeah, between the shock of it all and the sort of like oh my god, she's up, and wait, she's not her, what's going on here? Yeah, so go ahead and take a powerful blow.
As I mentioned, since I got a full hit, I could add team to the pool or clear condition myself. I cleared Hopeless, because it makes the most sense that she was going to have hope that she could save Doulaha, and now she's being punished for it, which is fair, but yeah, now I'm only at 3 conditions, thankfully. Doesn't really mean much, though.
Alright, so, what are we looking at? We got, you can remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc., lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or choose 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
Yeah. Huh. You know what? I think it makes the most sense. I'd rather not choose this option, but I think thematically makes the most sense. I think that slam's gonna make Azumi pass out.
Okay. All right, and so yeah, just boom down, and everybody just sort of like is in shock. They were like, for 1 second, Doulaha was like good. Like it looked like she was dead, and then the next second she just lifted her up in the air and like choke slammed her. Doulaha sort of like immediately reaches for her arm, and is she sort of collapses as well. The healing magic worked pretty well, but she's like on her knee, and it looks like the wound is basically sealed, so like she's not like fatally wounded or anything. The magic you used pretty much sealed that away, and she's just like still feeling the pain of having muscle severed, and like her face still hurts and all of this stuff. All right, God, oh boy. Checks on
Someone up this blood.
Yeah,
About to say fucking blood sport.
yeah, checks on Azumi.
How many kids
Azumi's
have
alive.
to fake die for this to seem bad? How many kids have to die and come back to life for you to cancel your fucking tournament, school?
Sorry, Roma, Chunin exam has no breaks.
And so, like, he goes over and says, Doulaha, are you still good to fight in the finals, if it comes down to it? And she goes, she like, opens her eyes wide and says, yes, I think I can handle it. Oh, God. All right. Doulaha wins. Nurse comes running back in. Oh, boy. Oh, my God, is this blood? Jesus. like most of the staff is sitting there looking over at the headmistress, and the headmistress is like, "Yeah, that's probably the last one of these that we're gonna do." And so, fucking Icebrand's like, "Oh, god damn, shoot."
Jace sprints from the bleachers
$50 on that match.
and hurls himself into the ring and immediately starts checking Izumi.
She's unconscious.
No, not.
She legit passed out.
Yeah, she can pass out. He's like checking for vitals mostly.
Yeah.
He's like, no, not again.
Yeah, she's good. She's all right. It's like she's just from what you can tell, she is just unconscious. Dulaha immediately turns to Jace and says, "I'm so sorry, Jace. I still thought that I had a chance of winning, and I'm really sorry. She's okay, right?"
She's alive. What the hell happened?
I ran forward as fast as I could, and she accidentally stabbed me with that sword. And it really hurt. But I think I'm gonna be okay.
Jace squints and he takes in like the shape she's in, and he's like, "Are you?"
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Someone
really.
pierce the mask, please.
Are you in the room? Yeah.
I'm not in the room. I can't. I'm dying.
It can't be Jace. Jace literally can't do
And
it.
Kid
He's got
wouldn't.
so many
Kid's
negatives.
too stupid.
Well, Suhaila might,
Jace
except she
will.
comes over and wants to be a part of oh no, is my team okay? But is too guilty still, and so after hovering for a few seconds, she just kind of turns around and walks back to the bleachers.
As you turn around, you literally bump into Elvis, who you didn't realize. Who is? She's definitely giving you a look.
She's okay, Ellie. I mean, she'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
No one else is gonna pierce the mask on her. I guess if it doesn't make sense for anyone else to, Jace is gonna fail this roll.
Elpis, as Suhaila walks away, Elpis mouths or very quietly says to her, "Are you okay though?"
She stops and slowly turns back around, and by the time she does, she's got her icon face on basically, and she's like, "Hey, I made it to the finals, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Very forced thumbs up, backpedals away.
Oh. With that, there's no time. There's a down teammate in the ring. Ellie's gonna move on and take that at face value. Let's.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Jace is looking at Dulaha, and he's in the shape she's in, he's like, she has broken bones, she's bleeding, he's like, how the fuck are you even still awake? His bullshit senses are going on.
Yeah. Go ahead and try to pierce the mask.
Let's fail this roll, because he's got, a million negatives on it.
Yep.
We did it.
All right.
Go team.
One, mark potential. And do
he's
remember that. And do remember that for all of your failed rolls.
He has advanced.
Except for if we were doing the special tournament move, it does not apply to that.
He's an advanced. I'll deal with that later.
And so Dulaha sort of walks up and just sort of she starts weeping a bit. She's just like, "I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, Izumi. I needed to win." And everyone's sort of like, we understand. It's not great what we're forcing you kids to do. At least
except Icebrand.
Octopus is like, yeah, it seems kind of fucked up in retrospect.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
When I almost killed a child, it made me feel really bad.
Yeah, I can't imagine how emotionally unprepared I'd be to deal with it if I was also a kid. Good thing that never happened. I mean, to me, And so Doulaha is actually going to accompany you guys to the nurse between these rounds. Everyone is going to pretty much be like, all right, we're gonna do one more intermission before the last round, and then we're gonna finally put this dark chapter behind us.
Jesus Christ!
We're finally gonna bring the troops home from Vietnam.
Holy shit!
Even everyone here is like realizing how fucked up this is, but it's like, well, I guess we gotta see it through.
I bought all this popcorn.
Oh my god, that line was hysterical.
And let me plop these kids up. They're probably feeling a little better. We're gonna plop Azumi in bed. Give me 1 second. I'm bringing literally every student in the class into the nurse's office.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah.
So we don't use this often, but I was researching this with my 4 conditions before. But you can clear guilty by making a sacrifice to absolve your guilt. Can losing the fight because she chose to heal Doulaha allow her to remove guilty?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Pay
Yeah,
attention to those guys.
That was something I wanted to address but kept forgetting. Would Jace yielding for actually no reason count for that earlier?
Yeah, well, I did already sort of give it to you just by nature of the way that
yeah,
move
that's right.
works.
He got a... Okay, yep, nope, you're right. We're good.
And so,
He'll be guilty.
Almost everybody...
Is he guilty?
On the
Oh,
same
he's not. Never mind, it
I
doesn't matter.
was gonna ask when we were in a narration downtime of whether I could clear angry for hurting someone, because I feel like right now Suhaila has all of these negative emotions, except now not angry.
Yeah, no, he's feeling all right at this point, and so
She sure hurt someone.
just confirm for me real quick. Is everybody in here? No, I'm missing Jace.
Yes, take my
the
child.
most important one.
Yep, and Roland.
There we go.
The second most important one.
And Roland.
Is he? Do we need him?
Roland cares about you guys to an extent, or at least is going to pay lip service to doing so. And so everybody's in here. Kashimar's still laying in bed, just sort of like.
Wait.
Where's Kid?
Yeah, I'm like,
The third most important one.
There's a kid missing.
Everyone came except Azumi's team.
The only one who's not in here is
Don't
Ethan.
worry, Azumi. Roland's here.
Well,
There he is.
Oh my god.
and so it's very much like everybody. Can you scoot off to the side just a bit? I do need to operate. Thank you, Jace. Quill sort of puts their hand on your shoulder and I've got it. It'll be okay.
All right. He seems reluctant to leave, but it's unclear whether or not he just doesn't trust her, or if he doesn't trust them, or if he just doesn't want to leave. But he's vaguely hostile.
And so they're getting to it, and it looks like Azumi, you do eventually sort of spring to consciousness a little bit, and everybody sort of surrounds you, like, "Hey, are you okay? Or is this good? Let's go. Oh, oops, that's not mine to move. Hey, what's going on? Are you all right?"
Azumi does feels that experience where you're coming to and everything's just lights and silhouettes and doesn't know what's going on, and just looks around, and the only figures she can really make out are the 2 closest, which are Jace and the nurse, and just
your eyes flicker open. Kaushimar, oh dear, you're awake now.
Damn it. And she just, her first thought and words are just,
What happened? Is Doulaha okay? I didn't hurt her, right?
Yeah, she sort of pushes through everybody, hey, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I'm okay, Azumi. Thank you so much.
Is she still like super busted up, or has she gotten any medical attention at all?
She's basically wearing she's got like a little face protective mask for her nose, and she's bandaged up a bit. And she comes over and is like, hey, I'm so sorry, Azumi. I panicked and I needed to win so bad. I'm so sorry.
I thought you died.
I know. I'm really sorry. I did that, and I was so desperate. And she's tearing up, and she's just, I'm so sorry.
I know you had to do everything to win. I tried to do the same. And I've hurt a lot of people too. But I would have never made someone think I've killed someone. That's despicable as a hero. And I'm sorry that I have to say that, but I'm not ready to forgive you.
I understand. I'm so sorry. I panicked, and I didn't know.
I know.
I didn't know what to do. You took away my only real means of fighting, and I was desperate.
I'm gonna get your sword back. I was gonna give it back. I know we have to do what we can to win. But you don't realize how scared I was.
I know. I panicked. I stopped thinking, and I just immediately realized that what I did was so awful. It was abhorrent, and I'm so sorry.
I don't know why you think that I'm ready to forgive you right now. I know you're sorry, and I still feel bad about that. But can you please stop trying to defend yourself?
I know there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do to right that wrong.
Then maybe you should lay down and get the medical attention you need to. I don't want my efforts to be in vain.
You're right. I need to. I need to lay down for a minute. And everyone's just kind of like
in the background, Kid called Elpis over and was like, "Hey, so what happened?" So Elpis like called over from staring at Suhaila kind of nervously, and then is going to fly over and just take a look at Dulaha. Can she sense that anything's up?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a pierce the mask, and you can get your delicious questions.
Pierce the mask. That is a.
You got one delicious question.
Let's take a look at this delicious question. What
Can I make
I think
a question sandwich?
I think what are you really planning, or what do you intend to do, are about what do you guys think? Those are pretty much the same in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think intentions are probably.
Yeah. What do you intend to do?
Okay.
That works.
You look over at Dulaha, and for the briefest of moments, Dulaha looks up at you, and for a split second, you feel yourself looking at you, and in that time, you just got the sort of hint in your head. Stall them.
Elpis breaks into a cold sweat with that information. She's starting to put together one thing after another. She turns and looks at Azumi, looks back at Dulaha. I don't think Doulaha was lying. I don't think she was lying when she feigned death. I think Elpis is freezing, like panic rising in her throat.
Elpis,
Um,
are you okay? You're sweating a lot.
where's the teacher? We need to find a teacher.
Okay. Kid starts running
and
wherever
so,
Elpis goes.
Yeah, let me grab Loftus, who is like just nearly sprinting down the hall, trying to get to you guys.
Loftus.
Yeah, the last intermission. The last intermission is starting.
Something happened.
Is Azumi okay?
Something happened.
It's Doulaha. She's not herself. I don't know what's happening, but please come with us.
Okay. She goes in. Oh wow, you're all here.
Jesus.
Yeah, everybody's just sort of. Oops, sorry, I grabbed the wrong icon, and Gadget's just sort of like, ooh, let me
Prestige. Let me just jump in the sink.
Prestige jumps down the drain and disappears.
Yeah.
Elpis.
Yeah. been working all day at this one. Check it out. Tell me how real it looks.
Elpis looks at Doulaha. I have been sensing something weird about you all day. Well, just in general. Normally it feels like a small soul is being stifled out by something much bigger. And you still have that, but something weird's happening. It's still around even with the sword gone.
What does that mean?
Oh my god. What do you think it is, Elpis?
Elpis is going to, I'm going to use my special move. I'm going to use Black Heart to Heart to get some Pandora information on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me. What do you want?
What, you got me. I'm going to roll...
Hey, Elpis, it's me, Pandora.
It's me, Pandora. This is Pandora here.
I bet it was Freak, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
On my evil test.
Oh, fantastic.
Alright.
Let me take a look at this again.
Yeah, it's been a while
Oh,
since
good roll.
I've,
You overcame a -2.
Yeah,
been a while
not doing
since I've poked
too...
at this one.
Yeah, let me grab this. Yeah, same. It's been a while. Oh, I think it's in our DMs.
Yeah, it'll definitely be in our DMs. Let me, Black Heart to Heart.
Yeah.
Here it is. Alright, whenever Elpis seeks the advice of someone familiar with Pandora or a character similarly ostracized, roll plus weird. Is
plus
weird?
freak.
Yeah.
Plus
Freak.
it's fine.
Weird. That's a Monster Hearts.
Yeah. Monster Hearts are Monster of the Week. It's cool, I got you.
On a hit, ask one of the following. How would Pandora have dealt with this? How did Pandora hurt you? How can I be better than she would have been? What would you have done? How has society hurt you, and how do you deal with it? If they open up to you and answer honestly, both can clear condition. If they do not engage, Elpis can adjust her own labels. On a miss, Flux will tell you herself and gain influence on Elpis. If she already has influence, choose one of the following. Take a condition, unleash your powers immediately, or automatically miss another roll this session of the GM's choice.
I love this power
On a
so
miss,
much.
Flux will tell you herself. Yeah, it's me, also.
Yeah, no, simplest question in the world. How did Pandora hurt you?
You get the sense right then that it's just like, it is clear to you, clear as day. Like, in terms of like what you're seeing at this moment, it might as well be this. And you just see like, you don't see like anything other than like a hand being rested upon her, that she could remove at any second if she so choose.
Ellie whispers quietly to the side. Kid, be
Yes.
very careful. Grab her.
Grab which? Okay. I grab Dillaha.
And so, yeah, you go in and you grab her. What? Hey, let go! What are you doing?
Elpis is going to do her absolute best. She's gonna snap her fingers, and immediately next to her, from the ether, you're going to hear the ringing of a bell, and something springs into existence.
And
I am excited.
would
Me
that
too!
be
Fuck!
would that be an Unleash Your Powers?
Yes, I believe it would. Let's do Unleash Your Powers, and I'm gonna mark a condition for this. I'm afraid, which will let me use my superior instead, because that isn't a -2, and I want Doulaha to not die.
Yeah.
And, let's do superior, and then I'm using you-know-who for this, so it gets an additional +1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God bless!
There it is.
I'm screaming! I'm
Oh,
crying,
fantastic! Into existence next to Elpis, almost forming from the singular flower up on the table, twists this mass that drops to the ground and slithers its way across. An almost impossible number of vines forming. Fetch forms at Elpis's side, and she points, sending it diving at the specter behind Doulaha, attempting to drag the influence out.
Yeah. And so Fetch leaps forward and sort of like grabs onto from everyone else's perspective, it's Doulaha herself, and she's just sort of, what are you doing, Elpis? What is this? And as she's pulling, Fetch is like reaching back and sort of like yanking super hard, trying to pull back on this.
I let go of Doulaha.
Yeah, it's just like she immediately falls back and sort of retches in pain. Everyone in the class is like, "What the hell is that?"
I'm gonna try and grab Flux and get my ass kicked. I'm gonna get fucking destroyed. I'm gonna try and grab her.
That would be, in this circumstance, directly engage a threat.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
I guess this commotion is enough
Get her!
to make me finally go.
Yeah, it's like
What
it's like
the fuck?
everybody's fucking here, and everybody's like, let's get her.
Get her! Oh no!
I rolled a 6.
And so yeah, it like kids sort of rushes in, and the
I just
spectral
grabbed
presence
around her
just
and it just.
vanishes. There's a puff of yellow and black smoke, but you also notice, anyone who's paying attention to that, and
What?
so yeah, the
Can I can I try to pull a bullshit and you can say no?
Okay.
The minute, because I mean, obviously that took Jace a while to be like, all right, I guess, and then the commotion, he was like, what the fuck? And he steps out just in time to see Flux disappear, and then everyone wants her to not do that. Can he try to like reach into the ether and yank her back?
if she were in the green, if that is the place she chose to hide, that would be amenable. But that is not necessarily how your powers work. And so,
Elpis like stops. She's like, no, let her go. Hold on. She was stalling for something.
She was what?
She was
Stalling for what?
I don't know. Come on, let's go. Back to the gym? Outside? I don't know.
yeah, and
Maybe
so,
we should split up?
at that point in time, a huge, like, you hear a siren going about through the city. This followed by this is a citywide watch. Multiple areas in the city are under attack at this moment, and it is advised that any superhuman who is able to help, any superhuman who is able to assist, do so immediately. This is a large alert, and yeah. So yeah, basically it's
Ellie.
just like
No, you keep talking.
All right, kids. Everybody, calm down. This is it. This is an alert. Everybody out to the hallway. Everybody.
Elpis goes outside. No. Kid,
Elpis.
fantastic work.
No problem. Stay with me.
Okay. That
Suheila's
was...
gonna give Azumi a shoulder.
I'm glad you're not stopping me.
Well,
Yeah, and it's
not much point
it's
in
just
that.
Hey. And so yeah, everybody rushes out to the hallway. Let me just grab a bunch of people at once. And it's like, oh boy, that's a mess. Fetch hops out as well, and eventually like Doulaha catches up as well.
No!
Dillaha, you should go lay down. You will just die.
I can help. She
don't
was
have a sword.
She was. I don't. She was inside. I was there, and I was just watching everything. She told me everything that she planned on doing. It's
What?
She's attacking. Like, this is big, and
Where?
she sounded like Elpis.
Who is this?
Elpis reaches out a hand to like try to comfort her, and then at that actually recoils.
Her name is Flux. And at that point, like, everybody starts like rushing out. Ethan eventually catches up. He's sort of hobbling on a broken leg.
No, Ethan! God!
And Imitar and Pele rush from the office as well. So does Auntie Ant.
Yes.
Headmistress
The
juts
AFC's
forward.
action.
Headmistress juts forward and says, "All right, adult. The plan has been set. Pele, go ahead. All right, kids. This is it. This is a for real situation. The city is in crisis, and they need your help. We're going to find the source of this and put an end to it.
We know the source.
What's the source?" Pele says.
Someone-
Elpis puts up her hand. It's someone. It's me or someone who looks like me. I'm not sure.
She was here just a minute ago. She was possessing Dillaha.
Pele's eyes sort of like flare over to Elpis. Like you?
Not her. It was another girl in a raincoat.
Elpis looks over to Kid and just like smiles at that.
All right, kids. I'm going to count on you. There are four different sectors in the city that need help. We're going to try to find this girl in a raincoat. Leave that to the adults. Your job is strictly to help as many civilians as you can. You do not have to worry about any other aspect. The tournament is put on hold for now. At that point, like other staff and students start coming in, whose icons I don't currently have on this map, and so I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, everybody's here. Pele is sort of like flying up in the middle of the hallway, assigning orders. Each class will. It's up to the teachers to assign groups to different units. We've got 4 areas that are under attack. The Halcyon City Memorial Hospital, the park, the Alien Park, the what do we have? There is a freighter just off the shore that is apparently also under attack, and also some enemies. Things have been spotted at the Halcyon City Thunderdome, and so the Thunderdome being, of course, the home, basically the home base for Halcyon City's favorite superpowered sports ball team, the Halcyon City Thunder. So,
All right.
yeah, and so all right. This one's up to you. Let's the any able-bodied adult heroes who are not currently working on keeping people safe from a medical perspective are going to try to find this. What is she called? Doulaha speaks up. Her name is Flux.
If I could be helpful. If she has my face, I don't want her to ruin this for me.
Elpis. She stops for a second. She looks pissed because she's like, I told them over and over again, and she stops. Do what your teacher asks of you. That is the best way you can help right now.
Elpis looks at Pele, then looks over at Loftus, and like she is ready to fucking she's ready to throw a fit. She's ready to give Pele hell, but then looks over at Loftus and realizes, no, that'll get her in trouble. That'll get my friends in trouble. And she opens her mouth, no sound comes out, and she just slowly closes it, clenches her fist, and then turns around. Okay, I'll help.
All right, and so
Jason kind of like
Arthur
side-eyes her
clenched his
and
not
thinking
JK.
back. Yeah, Jace side-eyes her and thinking back to their conversation and her constantly repeating things. He goes, "It's gonna be okay."
Roll comforter support.
yeah,
Oh
It'll be
God!
fine.
You forgot he's useless. All right, hold on. I didn't close the thing, and I keep thinking I did, but I didn't. Hey, -2 in conditions. Maybe if I roll comfort and support
so
enough
close.
times, it will actually work. Okay,
almost
hold
so
on.
close.
I need to reset some stuff. Okay.
All right.
Elpis is going to she sees the effort Jace is putting in, the outstretched hand of like it'll be okay, and she's going to oh god, she's just going to quietly nod, like kind of grab his wrist and put it on her shoulder and just be like, it'll be okay. The gesture is completely token, but like,
Elvis,
yeah.
just stay with us.
Okay.
And let's
And
not go
so-
to the freighter. I can't swim.
So I will explain in better detail how this is going to go next session when we get started
Can I
on
have
this.
one scene with Dual
Yeah.
before we wrap up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Doulaha.
Hey, Azumi.
With knowing what's actually happened, now I'm the one who has to apologize.
She sort of laughs at that. She laughs a sort of pained laugh at that, and she's just like, "Man, if I were you, I'd have punched me in the face."
That's not how I want to be a hero. I want to save people, and not noticing something was wrong, that's my fault.
And Azumi wants to open up a portal to the green again, take out the sword, and hand it to Dullaha.
And the best way for
She-
both of us to do it is if we're both at our best.
All right. So every student in the class is going to take. Every student in the class is actually going to roll a move. You're going to roll. Everybody, roll your superior on a 10 plus. You will mark. You will unmark three. Not three. You will unmark 2 conditions.
Oh god.
On
bless.
I'm sorry. You'll no. You will unmark 3 conditions.
Oh god.
on
bless.
On a 7 to 9, you will unmark 2 conditions. On a fail, you will unmark 1 condition.
Okay.
And so, and this
Oh my god!
this,
When did his superior get so high?
this
Um,
move is
bumps?
called focus.
Oh, dope.
Am I allowed to unmark damaged or?
No.
Okay, I will unmark afraid and hopeless.
Oh man, Jace has 2 conditions.
Get rid of
I had a 2-2.
Okay.
everything but afraid, I guess, for me, because Elpis has a lot of reasons to be afraid.
He's
Yeah,
not scared because he's got his team.
Hell yeah.
Damn it! I
Also-
want to keep angry, but there's no. I can't think of a reason to keep it. I
Also-
don't want to get rid of it. I'm emotionally attached to this.
He's gotta be unangry sometimes, otherwise
Yeah.
otherwise there's
He'll
no
get it
way
back
to
immediately,
know
it's
that he's
fine.
angry.
Yeah, it's fine. He'll instantly get it back as soon as somebody who's a villain shows up.
He'll get it back immediately.
I'd like to think that there's just a complete character change from the Jace we know so far. Like, when Angry's not marked, he's like almost completely different.
Oh,
Because we've only ever known him with
Hello,
it
it is
marked.
me, Jace.
It is
Would you
me,
care for
Jace.
this omelet I prepared?
Perhaps would you like a scenic trip to the green?
Oh my god!
Azumi.
You all a nice continental breakfast?
Azumi, you pull the portal open and you grab Dulaha's sword. Dulaha grabs it and she says, "Yep. Well, I can't say it was a total loss, even though she did break my nose. She showed me a lot about how this thing works, and so she sort of like flips the sword back and presses it into the scabbard. All right, let's figure this out. Where are we going?" And that is where we will leave off on this episode of Valor Academy.
They get to be superheroes, kind of.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
Fucking chunky episode.
Mm-hmm.
it is. That was a pretty chunky episode. So,
Everyone getting hero moments, being cool. All I did was mutilate a friend.
it'll be okay. This is actually so what ended up happening was the one contingency that I did not account for because you guys are players and I am the GM. And
Plan survive first contact with the enemy.
Yeah,
It's
no
how it
plan
works.
survives contact. It is okay though because I think we mostly accomplished what I wanted to. There was one little thing that I didn't get to,
Oh.
but it's okay. It is okay because there's plenty of opportunity for that coming soon, and honestly, it'll work better as a result, I think. And so, with that, our tournament arc is more or less concluded, with the exception of what goes down next session. And so, let's go ahead and go through. Do we feel like team moves are necessary? I feel like they're a little more necessary this time than they were last
I
time.
think
yeah.
we should do it.
Yeah,
After
we
this,
skipped it last
because-
time, and
yeah.
now it all encompasses everything that happened over the tournament.
Yeah, makes sense. So, the first thing, let's go in order. Azumi, end of session. Did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I think out of everything that's happened, like, throughout most of the tournament, she definitely grew closer to the team. Specifically Jace. That fight between them, and just realizing there's a lot of history and feelings they need to work out. Because boy, when there's confrontation between them, there's a lot fucked. And even then, like, she realizes that there's a bond there that is a lot deeper than she thinks, and she can't put words to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so, pretty good. And I believe you will get to
Mark condition, or clear condition, or mark potential. I'm gonna mark potential, which gives me an advancement that I'm gonna use for this next adventure we're doing.
outstanding. And so, and then explain, give influence to that character. Jace, you already have influence over Azumi, I'm pretty sure. And
I mean, yeah.
Azumi,
It's illegal not to.
Azumi shift Jace's labels.
Definitely mundane up because of how close and just the emotions they need to figure out. Mundane makes the most sense. And
Yeah, I think so too.
I would think I'm gonna say superior down. The reasoning behind that being that there's something that she wants to understand about Jace, of why she he views so badly that he can't do anything harmful to Azumi. So superior down makes the most sense.
Okay. So, pretty good. Jace, your
Don't ask
turn.
questions you don't want the answer to, Azumi.
Oh.
Let's see. What did he? What happened last? I mean, there's the fight with Izumi.
Mm-hmm.
What else did he do last time? The thing with that. That was Jace just wanted to go in there and threaten Roland. That's all that happened. And then this time, Michi. I mean, he had a weird time, and then he talked to Elpis, and his time got weirder.
It doesn't like me.
It doesn't like me.
I mean, you were able to hold back a lot, which is something Jace has been trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. But he was also like part of the reason he was able to do that was because he was having like it wasn't him holding back the same way he was holding back with Roland, where he just like straight up was like, I'm not gonna kill him. I'm going to refuse to hurt him as badly as he wants me to. He was terrified and freaking out in a different way the whole time. So I don't know that he views that as a victory specifically. I don't know if he grew into an image of himself, but I'm not super sure if he grew closer to the team either. Because this whole thing has just been emotional turmoil for him.
Did he grow away from the team?
I think there's fair justification for growing into an image of himself as basically like Jace did everything he could to avoid being what he is stereotyped as, and so I think there is a justification for that. Likewise, I also think there's plenty of justification to have grown closer to Izumi.
I guess it's true. Oh, hard. I am.
Do you want to think on it and we'll come back to you?
Back. Yes, come back to me.
Okay. Elpis.
Grew closer to the team, kid. Easy. That was like the entire tournament. She's like, she knows something is up with Suhaila. She saw Jason Izumi have it out in the middle of everyone, more or less. She's like, that is a dynamic I don't fully understand, and they can handle themselves for now.
That's what like, Jason's doing looking at Kid. He's like, that's not for me.
Yeah, no, so she's just like, they're probably doing what's healthy for them. I might ask about that later. That's a later issue. Kid got dismembered. So she focused entirely on Kid. She knows something's up with Suhaila, but hasn't had a chance to talk about it. Aram, I'm coming.
Yeah, no, me too. I was
I think there
Kid is
will
also coming.
Aram, cock's
just
gun.
so you know. Just
like,
so you
that was
know,
the biggest thing.
there will be a little bit of time like
Yeah.
between missions and things like that, because I do have some spices.
Oh Lord, she coming.
Yeah, no, get ready to
Beautiful.
get fucking
Yeah, you're gonna
bombed.
get swarmed. Because
Yeah,
like, I was
no.
sitting there this whole time, like this whole week, like, do I fucking talk to Suhaila or not?
Yeah.
Ah!
So
Yeah.
Kid's definitely gonna show up and be like, so you want to talk about it? Like, what's going on here? You kind of, beat the shit out of me.
Hey, bitch, what the fuck?
So like,
Because like he watched her storm away and was like, "That's gonna have to be addressed." But I'm threatening Roland right now.
yeah. So
Too
what?
busy killing this man.
Yep. So she grew closer to Kid because she saw this tournament of superpowered people with like these fucking incredible powers. She realizes on her team, she and Kid probably together can maybe take one other teammate, and it. Like, this is
To be fair, the teams don't balance very well when you look at that specific matchup.
She's just like, no, everyone else on the team is fucking insane. Kid and I are like, we can do things, and together we can maybe accomplish something. Was the low key thought that was running through her head, and then that was cemented at the last second with Flux, where she's just like, kid, grab her. And it worked perfectly. And she's like, I like this guy whose powers are just, I am strong and can grab it. It works, I know how it functions. He is just good and reliable, and there is nothing crazy going on. And you know what? I need that when something crazy's going on with me. So she's like, good, kid, perfect. And then her line at the very end where she's like, I don't want anybody ruining this with like my face, etc. Kid's response of like, no, it wasn't Elpis, it was someone else with their face. She's just like, aw, that is exactly what I needed to hear. So yeah, kid throughout the entire tournament, easy.
So, do you mark a condition or mark potential?
I'm gonna grab potential because I want to work towards getting my moment of truth. I'm 4 away. I have not missed in a very long time.
You got it. And then how do you want to shift Kid's labels?
Kid was, like I said, really reliable. Just like he's got a power, he knows how to use it. What are your freaking dangers at?
Both -1.
Both -1. What did you roll to grab Flux exactly?
Directly engaged, so danger.
Danger then, yeah. No, definitely that was the part that she's like, yeah, no, more of that. That's good. That's the good.
And what am I pushing down?
God, I think to completely counter what we've been doing before, she sees the new kid and maybe is the one who gets what's going on the most. And she's actually pretty down with it. I think you should push down Mundane.
Okay.
Alright. Really hitting me where it hurts, huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry. She sees new tough kid and is just like, yeah, no, you're cool. Or no, maybe Savior works. Superior, maybe, if that's not already.
It's cool. We can do Mundane. My Mundane's at a 2.
I'm actually thinking about Mundane for a second more, and it's like, no, Kid's a comforting presence. It's Superior.
Superior? Okay.
Yeah, like in character, that makes more sense.
Alright. Alright, so now not as many of my stats are -1.
Whoa.
And so next up is Suhaila.
Okay, I grew away from the team.
Fair.
Yeah.
I cannot face my team right now because I did a thing.
Oh, Suhaila, that's alright. Your team's gonna fucking come at you, so you're good. You'll be good later.
Yeah, I don't think I really have to elaborate why she feels detached.
Makes sense.
And I take influence over me away from another character. Like, I mean, it's obvious, like, who is the person most directly involved in this situation. On the other hand, well, actually, I guess I should ask first. Does Kid have influence over Suhaila?
Yes. Kid has influence over a lot of people, actually, now that I'm looking.
Like,
Kid has influence over half of the class.
What
I'm
the
not
fuck?
sure if it makes sense.
Those letters.
I'm trying to decide if it makes sense for me to take influence over Suhaila away from Kid, because it's not like she dislikes him now, but I think right now she is not ready to process the result of that fight, and so she just like doesn't. Her optimal situation right now is if she could like not acknowledge Kid's existence for a while. So I think that is I think I will take influence away from Kid.
Okay.
And so, and then
Big
you see,
me.
Kid, did we do yours?
No.
Did we? Nope.
Okay.
Alright.
Kid, yeah, I didn't think so. So, Kid, what next?
Weirdly enough, I think I grew closer to the team because I feel like with his new intelligence level of like 2.5% higher, like marginally 1% higher than it was before, I think he understands a bit more, like, because he could tell something was wrong with Suhaila, and she was kind of opening up to him. Something's going on with Elpis, and he wants Elpis to be okay. and he was really worried about Izumi, and he saw Jace and Izumi have their big moment together, and so I feel like he's just, as a whole, understands the team a little bit more, whereas before he was like, what are people emotions? And now he's like, oh wow, everyone's real fucked up.
Yeah, oh wow.
I'm feeling a lot of those all at once.
This sucks, y'all live like this?
All right, and so, and you, it was, so yeah, in terms of the one you chose, you said, yeah.
I think that if he had to pick someone specifically, he would pick Elpis, because he just feels very close to her. And
Makes
since
sense.
Jason Izumi didn't engage with him, he just understands them better. Suhela, like, really doesn't feel particular. Like, he understands her, but doesn't feel close to her. So right now, the only real person in the team he feels close to is Elpis.
To be fair, there were a lot of things going on where I was like, this is intended to feel very overwhelming. There are a lot of things happening at once. I'm going to give everybody the option to pursue what they wish to pursue while it's going on. But the feeling of I am overwhelmed by the amount of things that are happening for this arc was the intention.
Oh, it worked perfectly.
You did it!
Yeah. No, it worked. Like, I think it hit home when Jace was like, Ellie, hey, look at me. And she's like, wow, there is an entire other side of bullshit that I wasn't even aware of, and I already can't handle what's happening. Hand on shoulder.
Jace is he's been silently imploding this whole time, and nobody knew it. Even he didn't know that it was.
Oh my god! No, it was perfect. That moment hit it home of like these kids are busy and like they're generally supportive for each other, but like there is enough happening that they can't be directly, and I think that was intentional and very good.
Yeah, I felt it out of session, actually, because I was sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is Jace gonna do for his drama scene? There are so many things that he wants to address, and I can only pick one!
Talk to Howard again.
Jace just wants to talk to... The thing is, funnily enough, talking to Howard is once again on his checklist. So, like...
I love it. Just the rest of the series, every drama session is just Jace checking in with Howard. How's it going?
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Like friends.
Hey, we friends now.
It works.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Jace, what back to Nico.
Back to Nico. I think I'm... The fuck?
Oh dear.
Child abduction Amber Alert.
Oh
okay.
no, not an Amber Alert. Oh.
Howard is my best. Speaking of that, I wanted to ask, should Jace have influence over Michiko and or Howard?
You could definitely, it would not be unfair to state that, each of you have influence over Michiko for just helping her.
Because I was thinking about NPCs that Jace has interacted with, and I just wanted to keep track of those.
Maybe not Howard, but
okay.
You can work on Howard a bit.
Okay, is there anyone else? No, I don't think so. Jace doesn't talk to a lot of people because he's a fucko. I think I've... The hard part is that none of these, I think, really fit too well for Jace's current emotional state. I think I've settled on growing into your own image of yourself, but not necessarily the way he wants, I guess, because, the thing with Izumi was fine, but due to, background shit that Austin is aware of, I don't know that I can, fully say... I don't know that that's where Jace is, after that whole thing. He's, I think, ended up in a very different very different mental state after their fight than Izumi did. Not necessarily super bad, but, not... He didn't walk away with the exact same positivity that she did. And now, with the weird shit that is happening to him on the side, and Elvis being like, hey, there's a hostile presence inside of you.
It's only hostile to me.
But it doesn't like me. Like it wasn't particularly hostile when you talked to it. It was just kind of weird, and it did try to grab you, which is off-putting. But also it is actively hostile in some direction. He's like, oh, that's fantastic. But I don't know that he didn't like grow away from anyone, because like everyone he interacted with was like fairly supportive. But I don't think he grew closer to anyone either. So I think he's just like sitting on in his island again of like, everything is bizarre, and I don't know what to do about it. Less bad than last time, but like still, once again, he's like, I'm feeling a little on my own, but it's not like in a bad way. It's just in a like confused, like I have no idea where to go from here.
If none of them fit, you can just not do one.
Yeah. Yeah, if you feel like really none of them fit, then I think it would not be unfair to just say none.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with none, because I don't think Jace ended up like he's not closer to himself. He's not further away from anyone, but he didn't really attach to anyone. Like he's literally just overwhelmed, and that's beginning and end of everything. He's literally just like, I don't fucking know what to do.
Okay.
Other question, since he got an advancement, can I replace take the bull's heart with just take another thing from someone else's playbook?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because I think so. And so we'll do that, and then I'll give you an advancement back because you bought it, and it was like something that we couldn't really.
Well, no, I never took it. I never took it in the first place. I'm just wondering if I can just straight up replace it with just taking another thing from someone else.
I believe you should have that option anyway, as one of your options.
You could take a move from another playbook twice.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, because I have that twice. I've already done both of them, but one of my options with taking the bull's heart, since we don't want to do that and have Jace also have it, I was wondering if instead of just being locked out of an option, I could just take something else from like just make it a third. Take it from someone else. Take a thing from someone else's playbook.
Yeah, I think so. I think that we'll talk about it. We could talk about it off screen or off stream, and we'll get it sorted out, and then that way we can figure out
let's do fan art.
a good advancement for you, because we're gonna do fan art now.
Yeah.
And
Also, someone give me a prompt for the straw poll.
Who is most likely to use wallflower scented perfume?
Wallflower scented perfume.
So who is most likely to use wallflower scented perfume? Okay. Don't do that.
Ooh.
I already did.
Also, just quick side note, we didn't do how Kid was shifting Elpis's labels. Roma and I did that off to the side. Do you want to explain it?
Kid shifted Elpis's savior up because he thinks that Elpis saved Dullaha, and shifted Elpis's freak down because Flux is a fucking scary shadow monster and Elpis is a normal girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we do fan art. Now we do fan art. And I believe we do have an Imgur. And I was ahead of it this time. Like, if you want to check out some fan art, we're doing it a little early, but you should check out our Discord. Had it early. So yeah, that's where you go if you wanna check out if you wanna see all of the fan art that we get, or submit your own fan art for that matter. You can check that out, and you can keep up to date on all your shows and the schedule and all that good stuff. We can talk about all the different cool shows we have, like we have Make Amends, we have Scum and Villainy, we have Ebb and Ward, we have all sorts of great shows, and you can have some good juicy content. We have hell moth. And you can have some good juicy content like our horror based one shots. And so come on by now to the fan art.
Yeah, now to the fan arts. First from Crying Cryptid. Who are you people?
Oh my god.
And then from Sleepy Moth.
Oh.
Why'd you gotta call him out like that, Sleepy Moth?
Let me. Yeah, I'm almost there. I clicked on the wrong Imgur. Oh yeah, that's me. Yep. Is this a gym?
Aw. Everybody's got one thing.
Yeah.
From Tokyo, we got clones.
Don't make
I like
jokes.
that they recolored Ethan really well to make it actually fit.
Yeah, they sure
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, absolutely. Next.
Oh my
From the
goodness.
Overturn. What a beautiful Elpis.
Very, very nice.
D!
So there's a little bit of lore behind this sheet that is on the Discord itself. That is the lehua flower is the first plant to start blooming on newly cooled lava in Hawaii. It is said to be the
Oh.
transformed spirit of a woman who loved a man whom Pele cursed to be a tree. The other gods turned her into the tree's flower so they'd never be apart. If you pluck the flower, it will rain, the lovers' tears at once more being separated.
Elpis putting the flower on her hat. Do you think this is cute or horrifying? I don't know which. I am hoping
Super
it is
good.
cute.
Yeah, very nice.
That is so good.
Next from Just Dive In.
Can we not do this while I'm redoing my foundation, man?
I like that it's just
I like
a
that
little
just a
smiley
little
face.
Just looking.
Hey man, how's it going?
Hey,
I'm your favorite friend.
hey, it's me, the green.
Please don't. I'm fixing my eyeliner.
Oh shit, man, is that Santa?
Next from Crying Cryptid once again. Who are you people?
You do a good pat.
Thanks, man. But from Vinny, Elpis.
Oh,
Aw.
Vinny, oh my god. So cute.
Yeah.
Aw.
Vinny, I always love your art. Because
Yeah,
again,
it's
you
super
gave us
cute.
Jace.
Yeah.
This
Aw.
face looks like Jace if he was an Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I was
villager.
gonna say
Oh,
the
it's
face.
so good.
Ah,
Oh,
shit,
oh,
Jace moved into my town.
That's it's like catching missing no in Pokemon. If he moves into your town, your file's just fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, and next from Reaver Babe.
Oh my god, I love
Concerned,
it.
anxious Elpis.
The context behind this one is, one of Michiko's Onis never came back.
Yeah,
I don't know anyone who would know anything about that.
That's probably somebody else's problem.
Yeah, Michiko.
Next from Sleepy Moth.
Oh, he sees all.
The 15.
Holy shit, that roll.
Cannot hide. Next from Vinny.
Jesus fucking son. Shut.
There it is. That's the noise.
That's the noise it
That's
makes.
the noise.
In all seriousness, Amberlers are serious, and I hope they find whoever's missing.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Next from
Sounds like
Monichi.
you.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, fantastic.
What a fantastic
No joke.
banner.
So
Ooh.
good.
No fucking joke. That is my wallpaper.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
Next from Sleepy Moth.
I got reborn and all I got was angst and a beanie.
I like
doing
that
his best.
Kid did not take the opportunity to explain where he got the beanie when Suhela commented on it. Just like, did you dye your hair and buy a hat? No.
What? Where'd you get
It
that?
just appeared.
It's
Yeah,
a ghost
no.
beanie.
I
It's a
can't.
ghost beanie.
beanie.
Oh, Elvis just like, no, oh no, the soul had the beanie too. That's the only.
The soul sure did have the beanie too. That's where it came from.
Oh boy. Next from Sleepy Moth, a favorite meme of mine.
Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting?
Very nice arrow.
Oh.
Oh, more wood burning.
Oh,
from
wow.
Eternal
Wait.
XP.
Oh,
That
look
was
at that
fast wood
distressed
burning. That's
boy.
awesome.
God. And the JoJo menacings. Yay!
Oh, okay then.
Nice. Oh, and from Takio.
It's almost as if there are two people there talking to each other. She's the poster girl from Split Personality. I must, no me, no I shall. No me, no I shall. No me, no I will. 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 No me will.
She's got half and half.
That is a high quality edit. Very nice.
Yeah. More. I missed One Piece edits.
Oh,
I feel like I haven't seen one in a while.
It has been a while, but thank you, Takio. Next, from
Thank you so much.
It will be okay. I don't know what's going on.
Poor girls. And next from Vinny.
My little leggies came off.
You ain't got no shins.
From Just Dive In.
Holy fuck.
You seeing this, Ma?
Oh, crying!
Ow, my bones!
God.
Holy shit.
From Takio.
Every time I see that mouth turned upside down, I fucking lose it.
Whooshy whooshy whoosh. From the Mew adding on to that.
No, stop that.
Wild boy, gotta keep those under control. And then
He's
next,
doing his
Oh
best.
god,
From
I love this one.
from Wario Fan 63.
You gonna,
Derek,
you gonna
are you
like
gonna wash your hands?
no, cause I'm evil. One of my favorite moments from Justice League Unlimited.
I love it.
From Reaver Babe.
Ooh,
Nice,
That-
nice.
that-
big
Very
uppercut.
that uppercut.
Oh,
Big uppercut.
Big punch.
No holds barred. Next from Omega Turtle XD, a concerned elf is comforting a sad Loftus.
Oh.
Oh,
kid's fucking pissed.
yeah, from Reaver Babe.
Fucking pissed.
Oh,
Aw.
from
Is it
Oh god. This is the most Animal Crossing one yet. I love it.
you always get a good see with Azumi's first neighbor in your fucking town. Next from Reaver
Little
Babe.
do you know Jace is not far behind. You could only enjoy that for so long.
I appreciate a Dragon Ball reference, so thank you, Reaver Babe.
Yeah. That's along the lines of what I had in mind.
From Sleepy Moth.
I won't hesitate, bitch!
Yeah.
And from Reaver Babe.
Oh, look at that. I've been impaled.
From the Mew.
You don't get to have this anymore.
Confiscate.
Chuck it in the portal. Aw.
Into the green you go.
I needed that.
And then from Reaver Babe.
Maybe the tournament was a bad idea. Half the fucking school. It's one of those things where it's like a lot of people who participated in these were back when they were in Titan Academy, or one of the other few superhero schools that they might have gone to, are like, yeah, I look upon that back fondly these days, forgetting all of the intense trauma that they endured.
Next from Monichi. More Sideways.
Oh,
Oh.
Nice.
I love
That's
the look
rad.
of this. Yeah. Hella good. Next from Reginald Johnson, the total rolls for the tournament arc.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Suhela.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good, but I haven't gained any potential in 2 sessions.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's true.
Man, I got 4. Me looking at my potential marks.
All those 5 had to be last session for Azumi. God.
Yeah, Sumi sure couldn't roll
That was
anything
rough.
last time.
I mean, I got my redemption because I was on fire this session.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
fucking destroyed that fight.
That was incredible. Moving on, next from me, I was gonna post the real bracket, but
Any sufficiently advanced tournament arc has to end before the finals. It has to. Like, those
Yeah.
are the rules. The rules.
No one gets to win.
Nobody
No
gets
one
to see the
wins.
final battle.
To see the final battle? We gotta keep that there for later.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So it can happen during the time skip.
This is
Yeah.
How are you supposed to know if Naruto's better than Sasuke? You just don't.
You just don't.
Next from Monichi, no more angry.
No more anger.
For now.
It's like that feeling of like you've been wearing a coat so long for the winter and now the weather's nice, you take it off and you feel naked. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something's missing.
Yeah.
Jace is like a shark. He'll die without angry.
And then next from Takio,
Hold reliable.
Yo.
from as a refresh, Lai, who's a new cobbler.
Yeah.
That's my secret cap. I'm always angry.
And then last but not least from Lai.
Yeah. Still time to bully Ethan. Boy, oh man, I missed his fight, but I bet he ate shit when Suhaila bopped him good. What a
Holy
dweeb. No.
Holy shit, Shiloh!
God.
Alright. I'm gonna post the link to the poll one more
It's just
time.
like, hey, Ethan, you know how I've got that trick where there's 2 of me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's okay. Wait, I said what? In the middle of a fight? Like in front of everybody?
What?
No!
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was honestly, I'm like, I was just dissociating, man. I don't know.
Oh,
don't worry, I
sweet
was-
boy.
Don't worry, I was assured that I was only the 5th attempt to clone him, and that the rest didn't make it.
Don't you worry, my sweet baby boy. Jace is fucking coming for you.
So I'm looking at the results of the poll. I think there's something wrong here because while I agree that Suhaila is not likely to use wallflower scented perfume, who the fuck voted for Azumi as not sociable?
Yeah, I haven't, I actually don't see the link for, oh, there it is. Got it. Alright, let me see here. Who's most likely to use wallflower scented perfume? I'm not exactly sure what wallflower is.
It's like a softer scent.
Oh, in that case, yeah, I know who I'm picking.
I guess I should.
Get your votes in, everybody.
Yeah, we got, we're sitting pretty at 40. I think that
It's like-
makes sense.
Wallflower to me is kind of like if you mix those like clean, fresh scents with like a flower scent.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that's how it is for everyone else though.
Oh, is wallflower an actual scent?
Yeah.
I thought this was just a weird way of saying who is a wallflower. at parties.
No, wallflower is a scent. I picked that because I was putting on wallflower scented lotion earlier, and I was just like, that's just
That's
what my
what's on the
brain.
brain. Yeah.
I retract my prior admonishment because I don't know anything about it, clearly. I thought someone was a fool. It turns out I'm a fool.
And so,
It is okay. It looks like the votes have finished up, so I'm gonna call it from bottom to top. We got Suhaila with 3 votes, Kid with 5 votes, Azumi with 6 votes, tied with Jace, and Elpis bringing us home with 22 votes. Congratulations, Elpis. Do you have a victory speech?
I can now put on perfume because I am mostly tangible. I was advised not to drink it. They told me a lot not to drink it. Like I drink perfume. Sniffs it.
sprays into the air and shimmies into the mist. It
Yeah,
has a
like-
very different
Kinda like
meaning now.
runs her tongue through it.
Yeah, just
Yeah. And so, I think with that, we'll get ready to do the old sign off.
Hey, Austin.
Hey, Majin,
Thank you so much for running this fantastic tournament arc of Valor Academy. It was a lot of fun.
you're all very welcome. As I've stated before, this is like one of the things that I was super hyped to do, and I'm super hyped to get on with the next session, which is going to be juicy. I've already got a lot of stuff set up for it, and I'm very excited. And so,
I'm excited too.
and yeah, you finally get to be superheroes. And
Yep,
so,
we're all super jacked up.
yeah, that's why I gave you a little bit of breathing room. And so, yeah, and so thank you all for playing. You guys are awesome. You killed it time after time after time. Even when I sometimes slip up and forget details that I wanted to do in the middle of the thing, you guys are right there to catch me. And
You're fucking fine. You do great.
I super appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody who comes in and watches time after time after time. I really appreciate that, and thank you all for being here this time. Thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Goodbye, chat.
Bye.
Toodles.